Hey now. We are live with the List Critics. I got a me and I got a noun so far.
Hi, I'm a noun.
A person, place, and a thing. I'm actually unsure if Kyle's going to be here. Because he was having issues with his microphone earlier.
Oh, that's right.
So hopefully that's all, like we were trying to, play Jackbox with him. And it was going well for a while, and then all of a sudden, we don't hear him. And he's, doing things, we could see it on Zoom where he's doing things. And I said something like, Kyle, if you're talking, we don't hear you. And then he just types in the chat, fuck. Something major was happening. I mean, I guess he could join on his phone, although the quality's not the best. But, well, or as Barrel said, it's still better than Payton's phone. But anyway, guys, I will be right back. I'm just going to make some final preparations, get myself some water, just go to the bathroom real quick, get my phone. So just enjoy the music and Nouns Company. I'll be right back.
Yeah, y'all be sure to enjoy my company, because I have so many interesting things to say right now. One of those interesting things I have to say right now is, wow, that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I wish nobody ever posted that on Discord. Another interesting thing I had to say is, maybe I should actually load up the stream so I can look at chat. Oh no. Gibbs, you're in the trash, aren't you? He's totally in the trash, isn't he?
What are you doing? Are you in trouble? Drop it. Whatever it is, just drop it.
I think it was in the trash.
No, you gotta give me whatever it is. What'd you take out of the trash? It doesn't look like you actually got in the trash. I just pretended. Thank you. That's not for you. As soon as I leave, you go into the trash. Yeah. Flappy, you're cute, whatever. Get out of there! It's one thing to do it when I'm in the bathroom, but I'm right here. Hey now.
I called it, didn't I? He was totally in the trash.
He was rooting in there trying to get bottle caps, and he did manage to get a bottle cap out. Okay, so Kyle's gonna be here in a sec. I feel like I should probably text Jesse, because he doesn't look at Discord that often. And we got a Moogle Master. Oh, yeah, that was Payton in the photo. He shaved his head, and he looks like he's got, sores on his head, or lesions, or some shit. It's creepy. He's got, cranial herpes or something.
I happen to know, not from experience, mind you, totally not from experience, mind you, that if you go a while without showering, that will kind of happen.
Okay, that... Knowing what I know about Payton, I don't think it's that, but I think, he might have been... Can you get it, from too much, hair products and shit like that?
Maybe?
Because he used a lot of hairspray.
I wouldn't be surprised if that could happen from too much product.
But then again, and without saying anything possibly slanderous or libelous, but why would somebody shave their head? I mean, maybe there was some sort of issue with, some sort of infestation. T-Sparkle, thank you for the host. Hopefully we'll be hearing you. Hey, there he is.
Hello.
did you not see my message in List Critics scheduling?
I did see it. We just commented on it a moment ago.
Oh, I see.
I did not have the window in focus.
I have you at maximum volume and you're very low, Kyle. So could you bring it up a bit?
1 moment.
You do sound good though. The clarity's there, just not the.
Is that better?
That's a lot better. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, let me go text Jesse because he's always like, he doesn't look at Discord that much. And I'm gonna send a DM to Nick.
What is this life that you don't look at Discord that often?
I don't know, right? Wait a minute. Is Nick streaming?
He is.
He totally is.
Oh my. Let me go into his stream and remind him that he's.
You're like, dude.
I just looked at his DMs and I'm like, I noticed his name has that purple dot next to it, and I'm like, oh my god, he's got a lot of viewers too. I feel bad, but I gotta tell him that. First, I gotta watch a Wendy's ad.
It's fine if he, if he's like on a streak and he doesn't want to just, be like, bye.
He's got 26 viewers. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, if he's just about to wrap it up, well, let me tell him.
We don't want to be that guy.
I'm just gonna ask him, hey, you forget about something?
He's got a nice hat.
His Kanto hat is like keyed out too.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh no.
Oh,
I can't hear him too well, but he just looked at the thing and went, "Oh shit."
He said he thought it was tomorrow night.
Oh, that's an honest mistake.
I thought it was tomorrow night.
He said, "Oh my god, it's not like I have a channel for it." And I also DM'd him the time and day.
I thought it was tomorrow night.
He said he'll hop in later. He thought it was tomorrow.
I'm at his stream. I don't need you to like tell me what he's saying.
I wasn't sure if you could hear him.
No, I can hear him.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello. Hey, Jesse.
Oh my god, it works.
It works.
Oh.
Oh. I don't know why I just did that.
I had to leave his stream, so if he says anything else, let me know. But is it him talking and then all you guys? It's a bit and the music. So I don't think we're gonna have Nick for a bit. Hey, EB. He's streaming. He's streaming like Phantasy Star Online 2, I think. Hey, Barrel's rating me.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, what song is even playing right now? What is going on? Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, Snoop, it's a raid. What is going on, Barrel? So,
Oh, Snoop.
Nick thought we were doing this tomorrow, and let me just make sure that I did tell him the right date. Let's see. Oh, we talk a lot, so let me scroll up quite a bit here.
There's also a message in the List Critics scheduling this morning saying tonight at 8 and pinging you, so.
Oh my god, really? That's right, he did. That was him. Oh, he derped.
Womp womp.
He derped. He did a derp. And I believe Noun, you were the one that told him yes, right?
I think I did.
Yeah, so.
I don't know anymore.
He derped. Oh, no, wait, no, that was. No, Jesse was the one that asked if it was tonight at 8.
Yeah,
that wasn't Nick.
I just had to double check.
Yeah, that
because I'm doing this from my girlfriend's 2016 laptop.
Oh.
Oh, goodness. That's nice and vintage.
Vintage. No, but
vintage.
Y'all. No, but on the real, like, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did tell him the 28th. Okay. Well, I mean, he derped. It's okay. People derp sometimes.
Yeah, it's
Rob Schneider, derpy derp.
Rob Schneider, derp, tiddly term.
So tiddly term.
Oh, Barrel, what did you play after you finished BioShock?
Why is this tweet coming back to haunt me over and over?
That's what Twitter does.
Damn.
That's what Twitter is.
It's not even a tweet I dislike. It's just like, why do you keep popping up as a notification?
What even is the tweet?
Oh, it's a friend advertising his merchandise that he has for sale.
Oh, okay, Barrel.
Plugging your wares.
I've seen you play that. Okay, so let me wow. Let me alter the title card real quick. So it doesn't have Nick's name on it, and if he joins us, I could add him back, but he's got a lot of viewers right now. I wouldn't want him to just end his stream and come on, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, but
Probably will get Kitty too.
I should have sent him a message earlier, because he's good at looking at Discord, but not necessarily at List Critics channel.
Oh, just so y'all know, my girlfriend is just about to plug in some headphones because she is right beside me. We're getting this thing to work.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
And also, at some point, we're supposed to be expecting a grocery order.
Okay. You're very echoey.
Yeah, we're in a big room.
Oh, okay.
We're in a cave. Tonight's List Critics is taking part in a cave.
Well, it's a cave. Well, it's Ohio, so that's pretty much a cave.
I mean, I'm always in my man cave, so.
Whoa.
It's deep.
All right, let me figure this out. What am I doing here?
What are you doing?
I don't
here?
even know anymore. I'm trying to alter the title card, which I don't even have up on the screen because we're still on stream starting soon. But for some reason, my quick access panel is being a little fucky.
Being a butt.
Yay, Windows!
A little bit of a butt. Usually the My Documents thing is right there. I don't know why it isn't. Okay, so let's see. Twitch, List Critics.
Yeah,
there.
you will see me then.
All right, override. Okay, so it should just say Jesse Kyle Noun when. Well, let's go over to that screen. Even though I'm not prepared to start yet. Well, let's
Nobody's
just check.
ever prepared.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. It's a thing. I almost fell asleep right before that.
Wow.
This is why I have an alarm set up specifically. For
Okay. All right, we're gonna go back. It worked perfectly, but I'm gonna go back because I gotta get like all my like pleated jeans bullshit up.
Nice.
And we gotta remember to continue that list from last time, the embarrassing parents thing. That Mickey agent, because we only did 20 of those and they were like 85. I was like, oh, we gotta go back to that.
That well is definitely deserving of some further deep dive.
You have a way
I
with
will.
words, Jesse.
I will refrain.
I can talk good.
Oh my.
I completely masterized the English language. Alright, I got Tumblr Gets Deep. I got Twitter jokes. We're ready to start. So, welcome everybody to the List Critics. Great name.
Da 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 da.
I think I want to, just because it's bothering me, I want to make the chat window just ever so slightly smaller here. Because it's kind of taking over everything. There we go, that's better. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
that's much better.
We got Armageddon time. Let me turn off the music while you say something.
Farts.
Okay, he's 13 years old. We got Kyle.
Hey!
And we got Noun.
Done ain't shit.
That's real.
Yes.
She do be whack. We don't have is Nick, who forgot that it was today and is streaming right now, but hopefully he'll come in later and join us, and I'll just add his name back to the thing if he does. But it was funny, like when I went in there, hey, did you forget something? And I just literally see him look at the chat and go, oh shit.
He's got a pretty healthy viewership though right now,
Yeah,
so he doesn't
yeah.
want to just be like,
Yeah, like he's got a lot of views right now, probably because he's playing Phantasy Star Online. Okay, so we're going to start as we always do with 21 instances of Tumblr getting oh so deep.
Let's go deep.
God, when
Oh
you,
man.
I mean,
deep.
you already sound creepy when you say that, Jesse, but with that weird audio quality where you sound like you're broadcasting from the back of a windowless van, it makes it a lot worse.
oh, I love soundboards so
So
much.
accurate. So accurate.
Okay, Vampire Apologist says, hey guys, I just found out in this class that during the Black Death, aka the Great Mortality, the gravediggers in Florence negotiated themselves a higher salary and political power because they were suddenly the unexpendable laborers supporting society. Just an idea from 700 years ago. Are you really going to do this? Sorry about that.
That was very timely.
Yeah.
Some
He agrees. Come here, Gibbs. Somebody came in the front door, so it's freaking us. Can you please stop that shit? That's really annoying.
You don't
Sorry.
He's
understand.
moving
There are
like
people
mad.
in the house, and they are not actually petting him
That's
right now.
that's literally what it is. I mean, if you notice, you do not hear Gunny barking. Gibbs says
Because I
socialism
can't
now.
hear him over Gibbs.
Gibbs says socialism now, right there. Okay, that's it's timely. It's timely. All right, number 2. Mind the Glass says, today we found a lost King Charles Spaniel whose collar said donkey, and he's currently at my house until we find his owner. We found out after the first couple of hours that he doesn't respond to his name unless you say it like Shrek, so I don't know what kind of human he belongs to.
Only the best.
Can you imagine a dog that, like, his name's Donkey, but you have to say it, Donkey! If you
Donkey!
Donkey! If you don't say it like that, he doesn't know that that's his name.
Donkey.
Like,
That's
excuse
hilarious.
me, my name's not Donkey, it's Donkey! Oh, dear. All right, number 3, Bad Science Joke says, this is the same joke Noun told the other day. It's COVID-19, not Corvid-19. A corvid is of the crow family. 19 crows are not gathering to kill you, but if they are, it's a murder.
Dun dun.
Yeah, I'd rather give them the credit for that because I totally took it from somebody off Discord. So.
Oh, okay. I thought you came up with it. I really did.
I wish I came up with it. I wish.
Okay, so, let's see. This is number 4. Mug of Soup says, I hate how people are calling Rapunzel the queen of self-isolation when Elsa literally has a song where she says a kingdom of isolation and it looks like I'm the queen, and actually self-isolated, whereas Rapunzel was kidnapped and not allowed to be around people and conditioned to think that people will try to hurt her for her magic hair. Syntax for Forrest replies with, Elsa's the queen of self-isolating, but Rapunzel's the queen of actually functioning during isolation. Elsa's ice palace doesn't even have furniture. What was she planning to do? And your big sis Nissy says, this is the kind of discourse I'm here for.
I don't know. That ice palace is more of a show palace. It's the one you show to the family, that kind of thing.
She's got like the summer home, which is more cozy probably, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
For real, do you happen to know the name of the town in the movie Tangled?
No idea.
Corona.
I mean, it just means like sun, so it's not like it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's still like when I'm watching your latest Castlevania streams, and I see the lightning armor, and my first thought is Corona Knights.
Yup. Lord Terry just said Elsa self-isolated for all of like 5 minutes.
She didn't even isolate for real.
Yeah. Okay, it's Tiltat. I know it's till that. Today I learned that, but I like to say Tiltat. Today I learned a philosophy riddle from 1688 was recently solved. If a man born blind can feel the differences between shapes such as spheres and cubes, could he, if given the ability, distinguish those objects by sight alone? In 2003, 5 people had their sight restored through surgery, and no, they could not. And then Nen Tuabi says, I love when apparently deep questions turn out to have clear empirical answers. They usually do.
I mean, the Occam's razor, the most simple answer is usually the right one.
Well, that's Lisa Simpson's version of Occam's razor.
I was
That's
like, that wasn't the definition I'm aware of.
yeah, that's not the actual definition. That was the definition used on The Simpsons.
That's the only one I know.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it. Number 6. There's no names on this one. Did you ever catch a whiff of a scent that smells unmistakably of something really random, like the 23rd day of first grade, and you're just like, how did I remember that? And then somebody replies, someone actually put this into words.
That's real talk, though, because that...
Yep.
Yeah.
There's
The
actually-
smell of oleanders reminds me of, like, the first couple months of elementary school.
There's actually a scientific reason behind this. They said that the olfactory region of the brain is the out of all your senses is the one closest linked to memory. So smells.
Then they must be rubbing up against each other.
Yes, Jesse, they are rubbing up against each other all up in your brain pan.
The reason he's making this joke is because that's the reason why cats, like, rub themselves
yeah.
on everything.
Yeah, because they're rubbing their scent glands on you.
Yep, and then when they're smelling something and their mouth, like, partially opens, it's not them going, ew, that sucks. It's because they're literally just using their olfactory sense to smell it.
Have you been glanded by a cat today?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody who's near a cat has been glanded by a cat.
Yep.
I mean, I have not been, but that's only because there's no cats around here.
2 cats today, actually. And a dog.
There you go. Well, the dogs scent glands are on their ass, so I kind of hope that's not true.
You know what? As a dog owner, you should know this. You should know better than this.
Yeah. Okay, number 7 starts with a picture of from the movie Joker.
I love how uncomfortable he sounds.
Well, it's just because like whenever it starts with the picture, I'm like, how do I describe? It's just a still from the movie Joker. So shitty movie details. I guess this is a Tumblr that gives you shitty movie details. Says in Joker, Arthur suffers from a condition that causes him to laugh loudly and uncontrollably, even when things are not funny. When he tries to do stand-up, he has difficulty finishing a joke due to laughing too hard. This is a reference to Jimmy Fallon, who the character is based on. Oh! Shots have been fired.
Right across the bow.
Damn.
Damn.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, number 8. Biggest, gaudiest Patronuses says humans are innately attracted to glowing orbs and portals, and that's very on brand for us. It's lucky we evolved out of the ocean because anglerfish would have decimated our population.
I mean, isn't that literally kind of like a thing that happens in Finding Nemo? And it's like, oh, just head towards the pretty light. Oh, God, all the teeth.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anglerfish don't have that just for show. They have it because it fucking works.
Well, part of it's for show.
Well, yeah, to show you the way into their mouth.
Yeah.
Number 9.
I
Okay.
like how that kind of works the opposite way than, like, bugs that are brightly colored because they're poisonous. And it's like, dude, stay away. And otherwise, like, of course, in the sea, it's like, oh, come to me. I'm bright.
Okay. Number fucking browser. Number 9 starts with a drawing of a banana with a little cherry resting on top of it. And this is, oh God, this is your H's speaking? What? Art dump part 4. Okay, story time. So my art teacher assigned us to do a chalk pastel still life of fruits, and I was like, no. So I drew a banana instead, and my teacher came by like, you need to have more than one fruit in your still life. So I was like, okay. And so I put that cherry on top of the banana and titled it Banana Split Without the Ice Cream Because Life is Full of Disappointments by Fall Out Boy. And I turned that in. My art teacher just started laughing out loud in the middle of class.
It's a great title.
By Fall Out Boy?
Is that actually a song title by Fall Out Boy? Help, I'm too old.
I feel like it might be. I don't know.
If it isn't, it kind of sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10, Oops a Bird says, everybody is so bored while stuck inside because of COVID-19 that I just got an FF.net alert that a fic from 2009 that I was following updated with a new chapter for the first time in 5 years.
Do people still use that? I guess, huh?
They must, but I'm just wondering if this person thinks 2009 was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was a little wondering about that.
Terry says it's not a real song.
Time has no meaning anymore.
I mean, maybe it started in 2009 and it was last updated 5 years ago, but that's a long time to update a fan fiction.
Dude,
Was
you
it
have
that
not
My
been
Immortal
following
one
my
that everybody
fan
loves?
fictions.
Okay, everybody said everything at the same time. Hey, Tally.
Tally!
Did you guys know that My Immortal is not the only fan fiction that is on fanfiction.net?
I definitely did know that.
Because, like, 2 of you made the exact same joke at the same time.
Y'all went for the low-hanging fruit, it's true.
Yeah.
It's the most delicious
Yes.
and sweetest.
But it's a troll
Well,
fanfic. My
Actually,
God.
I gotta tell Jesse, because he likes puns, about the whole thing this morning with the eggs. So I made some egg salad, Jesse, and I posted pictures of it. We were talking about eggs, and Noun was saying how she doesn't really like eggs but loves eggnog. And then I said how I love eggs but I hate eggnog. And then Paul says that he likes both, that he's just all about that. Somebody calls him a daywalker. To which,
I did.
Oh, you okay? Now call him a daywalker. To which somebody else said egg walker, or maybe that was Paul himself. And somebody, I believe this. What I forget who said it, but somebody said that egg walker sounds like a cocktail, eggnog and Johnny Walker. And I said, would that be a Scotch egg?
Oh, that's so good!
Oh,
And then Riddle was tagged and his head
Wow.
exploded because Riddle loves puns but gets angry when it's one that he didn't come up with.
Oh, that is fantastic. Kudos to
I
you.
thought you would like that. I don't even like puns, but I just could not help myself. Y'all set me up perfectly.
You're gonna love puns. We're gonna make you love puns.
Dem Scotch
Spell
egg,
that
though.
one
It's
to
too
Nick.
bad we're missing the pun hit wonder.
I know. Right?
Yep.
And then Barrel's out there. It was never confirmed that it was a troll. Do you really need confirmation, Barrel? Like, do
You
you,
know
really,
what? In this day and age, you have to wonder sometimes.
like? I guess there is Poe's law.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 11. This comes with an anonymous ask saying, "Slap my ass." And then
What?
Yasmine says, "I'm social distancing right now." And then Galky Delight replies with a picture of one of those toys that, like, oh god, how do I describe this? It's like that little hand on that like long strand of snot. All right, I'm gonna post it in Discord.
I know what it is, but like your description of it just made it so terrible.
I know that's
Like
why.
a sticky whip.
Yeah, that thing. Here, I just posted it in the Discord so you guys can see it. But that you could practice social
Oh.
distancing and slap somebody's ass with that thing.
Yeah.
I mean they're only like 10 inches long, but if you whip it really hard, it'll stretch out.
Yep.
Just gets worse the longer you talk about it.
Just use an actual bullwhip.
How about no?
Why did we go there?
Yeah, why did we?
We didn't even have to go there.
Hey, I'm the only one that went there. You guys can social distance from that one if you want.
I'm gonna
Fine.
socially distance
What
from
am
the
I doing?
entire concept of that. You can't see the
Oh,
picture
you
in the
posted it
Discord?
in List Critic schedule.
Oh my god, I did post it in List Critics. My bad. Hold on, let me fix that for you guys. That's just the channel that I happen to have.
Gosh.
There it is. Okay, so this first one, number 12, starts with a thing from the Muppets where Kermit says, "Happy St. Patrick's Day" from the Muppets, and then Pepe comes in and just pinches him. He says, "Pepe, why did you pinch me? Because you're not wearing any green." "Pepe, I am green." "Well, you're not wearing any clothes, and that's a problem too." And J Hard 87 says, "I've been laughing about this for days now."
Pepe, really?
He's not wrong.
Pepe was kind of a savage. He would be the one to point out, like, "Hey, Kermit, you're kind of naked.
Yep.
Like, at least throw, like, some underwears on or something." Like, okay, number 13. I love this person's name. It's Pervocracy. So Pervocracy says, "Me in history class. Wow, humanity has been through some fascinating times. I wonder if I'll ever live through major historical events. Me now. No, 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 no. I want to get off this ride."
I want to get off Mr. History's wild ride.
And a little bit of Hufflepuff says, "It was supposed to be space travel. It was supposed to be space travel. It was supposed to be space travel. It was supposed to be space travel," and so on and so on and so on.
Oh.
You know, one of the...
I'm just looking forward to the movie of this that's going to take place much later on.
I'm not.
Probably star Nicolas Cage.
I'll be sitting there like, this is bullshit.
Nicolas Cage
You know
playing
what's
as Nicolas.
Bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah,
That-
okay. Thanks for
that.
confirming that. That's not that Pepe the Frog, because that's what I was.
Oh, no,
originally
like
thinking.
Pepe the Muppet.
Yeah, I don't know my Muppets.
Oh,
I'm
he's-
with Terry. Unsurprisingly.
He's like this little, like, I don't know what he is, to be honest. He's got like a tiny little head and he's really hairy. Now I gotta
Just
know. Now I...
described like half of Congress.
Oh, yeah, well, he's smarter than that, but hold on. Now I gotta look up what Pepe... Oh, he's a prawn. Okay.
Prawn, yeah.
Okay. Pepe
So
the King
he's a sea nug.
Prawn. Okay,
And he's,
so
I believe he's French.
I just want to point out... No, I think he sounds Cajun more than anything.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh God, of course.
But anyway, just to comment on that last one, I think that, like, I read somewhere that one of the famous historical insults was "May you live in interesting times." That's super real right now.
We've all just been insulted.
It's real. Number 14, Dream Logic says living in the United States is supremely fucked up because we're one of the richest, most powerful juggernauts on the planet, but your average citizen has relatively infinitesimal access to that wealth and power and very little they can do to improve things. Being poor in the US still makes you rich by some global standards, but oftentimes the American experience is like you're a passenger locked in the baggage hold of a very long train that's going very fast. And the people driving the train are running it off the rails and shouting, "Choo choo, motherfuckers, choo choo," as they thoughtlessly bulldoze this train through everything in its path. You want very badly to get off the train or bludgeon the conductors with a crowbar because you don't like where it's going, but you're handcuffed in a duffel bag and the conductors have barricaded themselves in the engine cars with all the food, medicine, and tools that could be used to help you out. And understandably, the rest of the world is like, what the fuck is wrong with that train? It must be stopped. There are so many people on the train. Why is nobody breaking into the conductor's booth and stopping it? But most of us are just squirming for basic survival in the last few cars while billionaires sit at the top of the train snipping everyone brave enough to crawl up from the cargo hold, all while shouting that you're lucky to be on such a luxurious, successful train at all.
How is that entirely way too accurate?
And basically that's what the reply is from the serious cynic says, I have never seen being an American explained so well.
That's a very specific situation.
No, I need that like linked or posted or something because I need to spread that. Okay, thank you.
I can do that for you. Choo choo, motherfuckers. Wow, yeah. Number 15, the big a page here. Well, this starts with a tweet from Paige. The biggest scam of all time is convincing kids that Wikipedia, a free source of unlimited information, isn't reliable when there's literal sources at the bottom and a strict editing policy. And this person's name is amazing. Lesbian Brachiosaurus says,
"Hell yeah."
Seriously though. As someone who put literal years of effort into creating a Wikipedia hoax, it's basically impossible to get away with it for more than like an hour. They're fucking vigilant. I tried to build up their trust by doing legit editing, but my account got reviewed because I approved a page that mismeasured the size of a ship by a few centimeters.
That's friggin'... Shit. I wouldn't know about that from the perspective of somebody who actually tried to create a hoax, but yeah, like every time someone's like, "Oh, you got it from Wikipedia," like just check the sources.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like maybe when Wikipedia first came out and they were still working on it, and there were only like maybe 10 people working on the site, maybe it wasn't as amazing as it is now. But yeah, it's like my go-to for information.
And even if like the article itself isn't accurate, then why don't you just click on the goddamn sources?
Okay, yeah. But to be fair, there was a time when at my high school, there was a project where you had to make a PowerPoint presentation about the history of computers. And someone said that Microsoft was founded by Steve Jobs. And they said that they got their source of information from Wikipedia.
Okay, but...
Was it like a guy named Wikipedia?
Yeah, have you considered that person might have been full of shit?
It's entirely possible, or it's just that Wikipedia had a really bad day for review. But in all seriousness, the sources from Wikipedia itself versus Wikipedia.
So, I just looked at Wikipedia, and there is a phrase in there where it says co-founder Steve Jobs, but the part that comes before that is longtime rival and Apple Incorporated co-founder Steve Jobs. So maybe they just skimmed the article and didn't really read it.
Yeah, they were looking for blue names.
Yeah.
Yeah, they see the blue name and then they just read to the left. Oh.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Okay, that reminds me of something I saw where somebody was saying that when they get drunk and they go on Wikipedia and they go to like map in the United States or something, and they just ever so slightly increase the size of Missouri by 1 pixel each time. And they showed like a before and after. Like they've been doing this for a while, and you could see that Missouri was just like growing. And like 2 seconds later, they posted this, and one of y'all motherfuckers got me banned. Fuck you.
Isn't that kind of what they did with Power Girl in the comics and her chest? That they would slowly yeah.
They definitely that got out of hand. Or I was also thinking, if you're going to talk about increasing titties, after all, I mean Soul Calibur.
Ivy.
in Soul Calibur 1, which was her first appearance. I mean, she had a big chest, but it was like a reasonably, reasonably drawn proportion to the rest of her body. Soul Calibur 5, it's like, oh my god, if they make part 6, she's going to explode.
Her back, it's just so screwed up.
Maybe that's why she's so evil. It's the back pain.
No wonder she's a bombshell.
Number 16. Ginkgo Crown Old says, I used to call into my local radio station every day in middle school and request that they play the Kingdom Hearts theme, and they never did because I didn't understand how the radio worked back then. But one fucking day, the radio host was like, for the kid that keeps requesting this song for 2 years straight, here you go, and oh, by the way, we're blocking your number. And they fucking played it, and beating the system was worth never being able to request a song ever again.
Oh, he did it.
I think I can respect that.
Congrats, you annoyed them.
You annoyed them into actually doing what you told them to do.
Oh my god, I love that though. That's kind of cool.
Walk away.
That'd be interesting for the person who just randomly goes to that radio station. Like, what is this?
Like, what is? Yeah, this isn't what I'm used to. This isn't top 40 radio. Number 17, A Fragile Sort of Anarchy says, I was a professional juggler for like 5 years, and all of my friends politely pretend it never happened. Sometimes I'll be holding 3 or more...
Rude.
I know, right? Sometimes I will be holding 3 or more similarly sized objects, and they will all shoot me the kind of warning glances typically reserved for cats who are about to swipe a fresh and crispy fish stick from a small child's hand. I gaze wistfully at a basket of apples, and they all think, don't you fucking dare so hard that I take psychic damage.
Oh.
Why do they hate juggling so
That
much?
person needs to get better friends.
I agree. They do need better friends. Why do they hate juggling so much?
Are they like, don't turn into Robin? Don't turn into Robin.
I don't understand the antipathy there at all.
Wouldn't you want to see your friend like just juggle random objects throughout the day?
That would be cool. Yeah. I mean,
love it.
Unless they were doing it like constantly. I'd be like, all right, calm down a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I like juggling.
You need to put the 3 objects at once thing away just for a second. I'm trying to have a serious discussion with you, and you're juggling knives right now, and I need you to stop.
Well, I mean, if they're gonna juggle knives, that's pretty dope. I just want to be like kind of like at least 10 feet away for that. Just saying. All right, number 18. What? There's clapping in this, so I have to do it. 2020 is the year we get our finances in order. And this is from the perks of... By the way, this person's name is the perks of being Chinese. Just want to point that out. And then they reply to themselves, and it says, I posted this a week ago, and it did not age well.
Oh, no.
And then they post again saying, this post single-handedly fucked the entire worldwide economy. Damn it, Riddle.
Riddle, damn it.
Don't look at the chat, Kyle.
Come on!
Notice
what does it say?
I get Kyle to look at the chat by telling him not to. It's called reverse psychology.
Well, I was already going to look at chat anyway.
Riddle was wondering, is it clapping or clopping? No, that's a very different sound effect, Riddle.
Oh,
you need to
no.
have like a couple of... You need to have a couple of halves of coconuts to make the clopping.
What?
And porn in the background.
Clop, 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 clop.
Okay. So, number 19 starts with this picture
We'll
of...
be right back.
Okay, then. Number 19. No jars. No jars are allowed, Barrel. Number 19. Starts with a picture of a very upset-looking teenage girl, and I guess she's at the zoo, and she's, like, sitting there moping, and, like, directly behind her is the glass, and you see a gorilla also, like, in the same exact position moping. Like almost like that's her mirror image. And,
Mood.
Yeah. Shit's Hilarious says, looks like the screenshot of a new Disney Channel series. She's 15 and an aspiring singer. And she's a gorilla. And now they are stepsisters. Life will never be the same for Madison and Coco. Also, for some reason, it's a secret, and they dress a Coco up like a human to go to school. Monkey Business, only on Disney Channel.
I'd watch that.
I haven't watched the Disney Channel in a long time, so somebody is going to have to tell me if that's accurate. If that's
Madison would be a name they use too.
that does feel accurate because
It's a very Madison name.
This girl does look like she's very upset, and I don't know if the gorilla is just coincidentally in the same pose, or if possibly the gorilla is making fun of her. Because Terry has confirmed that that's accurate. Okay, number 20.
It's confirmed that it sounds like a Disney show.
Well, No, that's close enough for government work.
Okay.
Number 20, Vaporwave Simulator says, some video game channel. If you use cheats to click through this area, you'll find a model of a tomato. I wonder why they put this here. Me every time. Shocked face. DOSPunk says, devs, yeah, when we take out the tomato, everything breaks, so we just left it in. As somebody who's worked on video games, that is 100% accurate.
I was going to say, like, have you ever seen the random crap that exists in, like, the Borderlands games?
Hold on a second.
I've never really played the Borderlands series, but what do you got? Like, what kind of stuff?
You can go into, like, no clipping mode, at least in the PC version of the second game. And you can find all sorts of just random assets all over the damn place outside of the maps.
Probably just
And
stuff
I'm
that was
back.
there for... Hey, welcome back, Kyle. Probably stuff that was there for references. But it reminds me of a thing, like when we were working on Sanctus Mortem, there was a whole part with a parking lot. You might remember what I'm talking about, Kyle. And people were like, why do these two buildings share a parking lot? It's really awkward because you can't just walk,
that part.
you can't just walk across from one to the other. Like if you want to go from one building to the other, you have to get in your car, leave the parking lot, come back, park the car, and choose the other building. And
Oh God, I remember that now.
and it was
Yep.
it's total bullshit. But basically, the code for that section of Sanctus Mortem was basically held together by gum and spit. So anything that would have changed, it would have basically exploded the whole fucking game. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, there's some truth to that where they're like, oh, we have this tomato that's out of bounds, or maybe there was a tomato in the game and removing it caused catastrophic problems, so they just moved it out of bounds.
I hope the parking lot thing goes on EB's, reasons why Tanya ain't shit list.
I really want that list to exist.
It's really good. It sounds like, anyway.
I really want that
Is
to
it in
happen.
development?
So to speak, yes it is.
Yeah, EB was, like, going to go through the Sanctus Mortem LP and just list off, like, just all the reasons why Tanya ain't shit.
Okay, so number 21, The Weirdest Wide Web posts a picture of a movie theater, and on the marquee it says, I assure you we're not open. And under that it says, you're still here, it's over, go home, go. Uptown Theater in Minneapolis. Hamster Run Faster says, in 50 years, high school students will be reading about the COVID-19 pandemic on their tablets, and this will be figure 10.
Oh, my God.
Just a way of summing everything up.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, my God.
don't go to the movie theater.
I just realized that, this is going to be a thing that'll show up in the textbooks.
Absolutely. 100%.
Only, unfortunately, it'll be like, and then Donald Trump showed up and he was like, no. And then suddenly the virus was gone.
Yeah, is COVID-19 going to be like a footnote, or is it going to be like a whole chapter?
At this point, we're at like about a page.
Basically, we've already like surpassed. We're basically the epicenter of the virus right now.
Yeah, we have more
surpassed every
cases.
other country,
Yeah. I mean,
and that's going to be somehow touted as we're the best.
oh yeah, well that's what I
We're
forgot.
number one, guys.
I think
We did it!
I think Hillary Clinton said something about that, like where she tweeted something like, "Oh, Trump's probably be like, hey, America first."
She's not wrong.
I mean, she's not wrong. She's horrible, but she's right a lot more often than she's wrong.
She's right more than Trump, and that's a low bar.
That is a very low bar to clear. Yeah. Okay, out of 21, I very much enjoyed these. They were topical without being too depressing. I'm going to give it a 19. What do you guys say? Just shout out numbers.
16.
Okay.
I was feeling 19 as well.
Okay.
Oh, what are we scoring this out of?
Out of 21.
Out of 21?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with 19.
Okay, so that all right. We almost have a consensus. Kyle.
Kyle.
What's 9 plus 10?
Well, it's not 10.
Okay, from Pleated Jeans as well. 15 Twitter jokes everyone should have read this week. They keep changing the title of this now. Okay, so number 1, Aaron F. says, hey, people who are like, humanity is the virus, coronavirus is the Earth's vaccine. I remember when I took my first bong rip, too.
I remember my first beer.
I remember my first thought.
Whoa, man, like, what if we're the disease, man? It's true. People be like that. All right, number 2, Devin Sawa says, Final Destination was released 20 years ago today. Remember that scene in the movie where I quarantined myself in that cabin so death couldn't get me? I'm doing that right fucking now in real life. I guess this is somebody who was in that movie.
Oh,
They do have the blue
That
check
didn't-
mark, so
that doesn't work too well though.
no, it's not good.
Doesn't work very well in the movies.
I gotta watch out for that death water.
Yeah, the death water. It was creeping on him.
Also, the Hook Man.
That was I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, Captain Highliner.
Captain what? You know what? The guy had a name in the movie, but now it's that.
Yeah.
Having no idea what you're talking about.
Old
Well, the
shitty.
Hook Man actually was also a Final Destination reference, not
Oh,
the first one,
I've
because
only-
there were like 5,000 of
Okay.
them.
I've
so-
only ever seen the first one.
Oh.
I only mildly enjoyed it, so when they made like 10 more of them, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I've
Yeah,
never
I don't
watched
think
a
I
single
ever
Final
s-
Destination movie.
This is not a surprise. I think I've seen like the fourth one.
They are all fantastic. The deaths are hilarious.
Think about
They
that
weren't hilarious
sentence.
when I was a teenager.
Think about that sentence.
Yeah, it was quite the sentence.
All right, number 3, Karen Kilgariff, and this is another blue checkmark name, says, everyone going back to making phone calls, this is just a friendly reminder that it feels so great to hang up on people. You know what, though? The one thing that we've missed, the one thing that we've lost, and I'm all a proponent for new technology and everything, but I'll tell you, the one thing we lost going from regular phones to smartphones is that satisfying clunk when you hang up on someone.
The violent hang up.
Yeah, the clonk. I mean, now it's just like boop boop boop, and oh, they hung up. But it used to be like the wrath of God coming down, like Thor striking you in the hammer, with the hammer and you're in your dick, and boom, it was terrible to be hung up on.
In
Now-
my dick.
yeah.
Just wait.
Directly in the
They'll make an app where, as you hang up, it'll make the sound.
Honestly, if
Yeah, well,
if there aren't like 50 versions of that app out right now, we're not living our best lives.
I have to say though, this is like a big like pet peeve with me with reading fiction is when like somebody gets hung up on and they continue to hold the phone up to their face and listen as the dial tone kicks in, and it's like on your fucking cell phone.
Yeah,
And then the single tear.
Yeah.
I understand why they do that because that's like in our culture.
It's dramatic as hell.
Yeah, the universal sign that somebody's been hung up is the dial tone. But yeah, dial tones are not a thing anymore.
Yeah, you just hear that fiddle.
I mean, they are on landlines.
Yeah, but who's got a
Who
landline?
uses landline?
I do.
You're the
Are
youngest
you?
one here, and you have a landline.
How are you
Yes,
the youngest boomer
Because my
ever?
mother still pays for it.
Yeah, but you use it or she uses it.
I actually do use it every once in a while.
No, that's the thing.
My
So
my phone line is actually used, but it's for my AT&T internet fucking connection.
And in AT&T, do you actually use the telegraph as well?
Yes, and actually I use Morse code,
The Pony Express.
and I'm like,
Hey now.
not in the way you think of it.
Oh, that's right. Okay, number 3. That was number 3. Number 4. Bloody hell. Sorry, 1 second. Swallowed some water wrong. All right, Mary Beth says, quarantine day 6, roommate. Should we make a list? Me. Of what? Roommate. Anything, really. That's not funny. That's just real.
As a member of List Critics, I approve.
Yes.
Yes.
The list.
Make the list and send it to us.
Yes.
It got sent. It got sent. Here it is.
Carrier pigeons. Number 5, Claire here posts, isolation's going well, and I have to watch a fucking video? Alright, let me see what this is all about.
You gotta link the video, bud.
Fucking PTSD.
I have to see if it's worth linking first.
Make sure it's safe.
There is a naked child in this, so I'm not going to link it.
Okay, thank you for not linking it.
Like, I get that some parents think that's cute and funny, but I don't. I think, like, you definitely should not put naked videos of your children on the internet under any circumstances, because there's always going to be that person that takes it in a different direction.
Know
To be
your
honest-
audience.
Yeah.
To be honest, it creeps me out when people use like pictures of their babies' faces on Facebook.
Yeah, like I don't know. That you're right. That
Are
is
you?
creepy.
Is your identity now your child? Like that's really.
Well, that's most parents, I guess.
That's what I've seen on my Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, number 6, Luvia here says, tested positive for missing the homies. That's real.
Super real.
That's real. Okay, number 7, Jack Bensinger says they sent me the wrong fucking song and another fucking video.
Why's it gotta be like that?
It's just some girl singing. It's multiple people. Oh, okay, so it's one of those things where like you sing a line of a song and then your friend sings the next line and then somebody else sings the next line and you edit it together.
Oh,
into a
those
video.
TikTok things?
Yeah, but
Is it that Imagine bullshit?
it is exactly that.
It's really cool in practice, but not so useful like for us.
But apparently, at the end, this guy sings the wrong song.
How am I supposed to say this?
Interesting.
So I'm not going through 90 seconds
That's
of that.
exciting.
Okay, so Nat Collins posts a picture here and says, "Damn, Derek." So there's a lot of highlighting on this. But hello, Derek. I do not want to talk to you this semester. You smell up the room because you are too lazy and ignorant to shower, and I am embarrassed because people cannot come over because it smells. I will not talk to you this semester, even if you start showering. I will not trust you, so don't talk to me or I will ignore you. Don't knock on my door because I will ignore it, and don't take down my precious sign because I will make more if you do. I will make 2 copies, and you can do whatever you want with yours. I don't care, but mine that is on the door, no touch. I am done with you. Don't talk to me no more. No compromise this time. I am done.
Well, that escalated eventually.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors of highlighter were used on this.
Well, okay then.
All right.
Why can't we all just get along?
I guess that's gross.
Okay, number 9. Kim Basson posts a video of their dog and says, Charlotte learned parkour. And this one I will post because it's a dog thing. Let me just figure out how to actually... How do I link to it? This tweet.
Put it in the right channel.
I gotta find the... I gotta be able to link it somehow. I don't know how to do that. Oh, wait, I got it. Okay. I had to cut the little bird. Okay, guys, so this is a very cute video, so I'm gonna post it in the... not the meme channel, the... whatchamacallit? General Chatisma right now.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to pin something.
Good girl.
Oh.
Down.
Okay, that is adorable.
So they know sit, they know down, and parkour. Which, honestly...
Here.
That's what Gibbs does, though, so... Maybe I just don't have to say parkour. He just has to be bored enough.
No.
All right, number 10. Nikki Cute Trash Black says, well, that's enough Instagram for today. And, oh no. They shared a picture of a baby next to a bottle of hand sanitizer with a blackboard type thing that says, My First Pandemic, March 2020. That's lame.
Blah, blah. They can't all be winners.
I didn't hear most of that because I was busy watching the dog video because you didn't give us time to watch it.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good.
It was just a not a very good COVID joke.
It didn't sound very great.
All right. Yeah, that is a pit bull, by the way, Mogul. Number 11, Space. Wow, I can't read today. Grace Spellman says, standing at the window on day 5 of the quarantine. And it shows this picture from the movie Arrival, which if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. With
it's a masterpiece.
Amy Adams holding up the whiteboard, and somebody photoshopped it to say "horny" with a sad face on it.
Oh,
Space Grumman, yeah. Grace.
Arrival's such a good movie.
Fantastic
my
film.
God.
If you haven't seen Arrival, put that on your list.
I
haven't actually seen it yet.
Did you see it?
I bought
Yeah.
that for that fucking guy, and he thought it was boring, and it
he
didn't
would.
make sense.
He,
I think I'll watch it when I have time.
He would. Okay, so number 12, Gritty here made. They took a bunch of differently colored plastic plates and taped them to the rolls to make a rainbow and a pile of rolls of toilet paper. Dressed up like a leprechaun and danced in a video and says "Lepra Quarantine." That's fucking stupid.
Maybe it's fun to him. He's having a good time.
You spent 3 hours setting that up for a 23-second video.
And I hope he feels proud.
Okay, number 13. The Robert Moses of Animal Crossing, that's this person's name, says, if the nation's aquariums do not share a new delightful penguin video every 24 hours, I will deliberately expose myself to coronavirus.
That's hilarious.
And then they got a reply from an aquarium giving them a penguin video.
because, timely.
Yeah. Why are people such dicks on the internet?
I mean, at least it's them exposing themselves to it, and they weren't like, I'm gonna go lick all the doorknobs downtown.
Ugh.
Okay.
Exposing
so
themselves.
The Orange Line was just closed in Boston, not because coronavirus is an issue, but because someone licked it and then got corona.
Amazing.
Huh.
This
Amazing.
list does suck, I have to say.
Maybe this is Darwinism right now. Because holy shit.
Darwinism, the list.
All right, number 14. Rachel Sennett here says, the pandemic is going to reset us sexually. Before this, everyone was eating ass, and after this, a kiss in the cheek is going to be reserved for a couple that's been talking for months. The bases have shifted, I guess.
I don't know. I have a feeling that once this is all over, it's just going to be like Fucktown, USA.
You're probably right. You're probably
You know
right.
what, though? There's probably... I don't need to...
Also, I love that you said Fucktown, USA. Amazing. Number 15, this is the last one. Ted Travelstead says, if you're looking for a distraction, might I suggest wondering some more about that creepy old barn you saw from a fast-moving vehicle years ago? I would suggest literally anything else. Here's a good distraction. Deleting that from Twitter. That was terrible.
Hey, whatever works.
All right. Well, out of 15, what's the numerical equivalent of disappointed? 6.
6. Can we get another 6?
6.
Hey!
6. Can we get one?
got
more?
one rid of these.
I got to give it the 6.
6. That's
The deep 6.
It would be satanic, except there's actually 4 6s. So
That's like extra satanic. That's extra Satan.
yeah, that's super Satan.
25% more Satan.
25%. Now with extra Satan, with the same low price.
It's like family size Satan.
All right, I have some family. Fuck. You fuck. I'm done. Y'all just killed me. Oh my god, now. Can somebody clip that? Just that whole shit, please? Okay, so I'm going back to Yamanaverse here for people to share their brutally painful, embarrassing parent stories. This was shared to me by EB Agent last time.
Yes.
We only got through 20 of them. There's 85 of them, so we'll try to get through like another 20 this time. I have it in my whatchamacallit, my bookmarks.
I'm so glad somebody caught that.
You know what's sad is that I was gonna do it, but I was totally beaten to the punch there. It just sucks. I'm having an issue with this website, so just give me one moment here.
Don't say hi to AB. They're already busy making that clip, I guarantee.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's making it. Let me see if I can get back to the beginning of it, because I'm like in the middle of the list here. Okay, yeah, because there was... Okay. This is the end of the list. I want the beginning of the list. Can we get to the beginning? Oh, here we go. Okay, number 1, because it started with number 1. So
Yeah,
we're gonna...
there it is.
Because there was like I was somehow on some weird version where there was like 10 pages, but there's like... I know that there was a version of the list that was all on one page, so I don't know what the fuck was going on there.
Can
Okay.
we just admire the URLs of these two?
Oh, let's see. Diligent, Resilient, Ferret, Resident Sleeper, and Strange, Charming, Trey Stone Lightning. I kind of
Nice.
like that second one later. Like that's better.
The
Family
second one
size.
later?
Yeah, I
Not
don't know.
sooner, but later.
I'm very tired. Insomnia is a real bitch. It really is.
I got you.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Feel that.
Number 21. When I was a kid, my mom was a pretty messed up person, so I have an endless list of stories that I could offer on this subject. The one that comes to mind right now is the time she sent me to pick up my younger brother from the pool. I, being an active 13-year-old kid, decided to join him and start playing with his friends instead. I guess she got tired of waiting around for me and decided to come to the pool to check up on us. She showed up and found me in the pool, yes, wearing my regular street clothes, shame on me, playing Marco Polo with the guys. She yelled my name, took her slipper off, and threw it at my head in front of everyone there. Then she started calling me names like promiscuous for daring to swim with boys. Every guy there went quiet. Yeah, because there's nothing sexier than Marco Polo. I think the silence was one of the most unbearable things about this situation. It still prickles my skin when I think about it. I was so utterly embarrassed that I didn't know what to do. I vividly remember that walk home, my head down in shame the entire time. In hindsight, I can't believe that I actually thought I had done something horribly wrong. I cried myself to sleep. What's funny is that she didn't even ask my brother to come back with us. Screw you, Mom. I'm very glad that our relationship is much better now than it was back then, but you still made my childhood a living nightmare, so screw you.
Wow.
Welcome back, EB. That one's kind of less funny and more horrifying.
I don't think this list is going to be really that funny, but more.
It was funny last month.
Come on now, swimming with boys. Who does that?
How dare you in your street clothes?
Jeez.
Okay, number 22. I had my first boyfriend in middle school and brought him home one time. At one point, my mom made him bring me my clean laundry, and by that I mean a single pair of pink High School Musical underwear. I cried from embarrassment, but he was actually pretty cool about it and comforted me.
Oh.
That's rough. So why do some parents feel like, Terry's rating me with... Terry, what? Wow,
That's not a Terry, that is a kitty.
You know what it was?
Hey,
you know,
hey.
I'm sorry. Kitty's rating me. You know what it was? I heard the raid sound and I looked at it and it hadn't scrolled right. So Terry was the name I saw. Hey, Kitty. Hey, Sarity. How's it going? How was your stream? So, like, I don't understand what it is about certain parents that, like, your child starts being interested in, you know, whatever they're interested in, bringing people home, and then you're like, I must embarrass them.
I guess you don't know until you're put in the situation.
It's
No,
so,
you know. I mean,
horrible.
Everybody was a kid at some point, and it seems like almost like people are like, well, my parents did it to me, so I gotta, you know, like stick the next generation. And it's like, go. Fuck
Apparently, I
yourself.
need to do this to my children because I know how horrible it feels.
Oh, hop to it.
Or better yet, don't. There's
No,
a good
Let's
idea.
we
not
can't do
and
that.
say we didn't.
Yeah. Number 23. I have so many of them, I don't know where to start. My parents love to tell the story about how my mom walked in on me and a neighbor boy in the living room. When she saw what we were doing, her jaw dropped. I was casually drawing at the coffee table, and the other kid was underneath the table, sucking on my toes.
Oh.
This is going somewhere strange. I didn't mind, to be
This
honest.
list is happening.
With and that child was a young Quentin Tarantino,
shoot.
apparently. What happened?
I accidentally clicked a button to delete one of Kitty's
Oh,
messages.
Okay, well, I can... Oh, you beat the last Shovel Knight game. Nice. I just... Okay. Sorry about that. That was a mistake.
Oops, we've all been there.
It's... Yes, that I've done shit like that, too.
Oops, we've all sucked on toes.
And that was the... It's
I
little...
very nearly choked on my drink. Thank you.
Little Quentin Tarantino here. I mean... Okay, anyway. I didn't mind, to be honest. In fact, I think I was actually enjoying it. Hard to remember. I was maybe 5 or 6. So Mom is understandably very uncomfortable and goes to fetch his dad, who is clearly mortified that this is happening. The dad bodily picks up the kid, face purple, and mutters about how his kid has a thing about feet on the way out. It was super weird, sure, but it was years ago, Mom and Dad. Do you still have to bring it up?
Hey, man,
That's-
any ammunition they can carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Jesus, and that sounds like, you know, maybe the other kid, and I don't know how old the other kid is. Is it said?
I would assume that around the same age, but you know what? You know, I mean that.
That
Yeah.
sounds like some kind of misplaced, like, thumb-sucking instinct, you know? Like, they were told not to suck on their thumb, and so they're...
Kids do go through like a weird phase where they just do weird shit. And
Yeah, seriously. And they're like, oh, no, this is sexual all of a sudden. We gotta, like, really make a big deal about this, so it'll scar you for your life.
I mean, if you walked in on like 2 6-year-olds and one was just like sitting there like minding their own business drawing and the other's like under the table sucking their feet, how would you react? I would probably be like, what the fuck?
I'd totally
Yeah.
what the fuck about
Yeah.
it, but it'd
I think
still be
we're
like
wired
they're
to react
kids.
that way. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they are kids. It's not necessarily something devious, but at the same time,
I'd be like, I need to discourage this in some
Yeah.
way.
yeah. But apparently it was.
Discourage it, but don't make it sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
definitely made it sexual with their reaction.
to be honest with you, like I don't know how I would handle that, but I think just like forcibly removing the kid was probably not the right way to do it.
Well, definitely, since it's stuck with the OP forever.
Well, because especially if their parents keep bringing it up. It seems like they barely remember it, except for what their parents have said.
They're like, oh, by the way, that time that kid was sucking on your toes.
Do you remember that? Like, I'm trying to forget it, Mom. Jeez.
Oh, I remember.
I remember.
I remember.
Number 24. I was with my parents on vacation, and the hotel put charges in the bill by accident. My mom marched to the front desk and demanded to see the manager. There was a long line, but she cut right in front of it. The manager wasn't very helpful, probably because she was rude. So my mom went to all the other customers in line and told them that the hotel was a scam and they were ripping us off with fake charges. She made a scene. The hotel called the police, and we were escorted off the premises by actual cops. I died inside.
Oh my god, when you're a child of an actual Karen.
That's rough. That's rough. Like that's
You know, I have an aunt that's actually named Karen, and she's not terrible.
I feel like your mom could be like not 100% Karen, but at least like 75% Karen.
She's
because-
twins.
That's because the mom took all the Karen-ness from the Aunt Karen.
Absorbed her Karen-ness in the womb.
They are
Yeah.
twins. So
I
I
mean-
can see
Yeah,
that.
that's actually what happened.
Sharon is Karen. You know?
So my aunt
No,
has the
you're
not Karen, and my mother is the Karen.
Wow.
That's exactly what happened.
And remember, there can be only one. Okay. Number 25.
Is
My mo-
immortal inside her. She has blood of kings.
Oh no!
Oh, thank you, Noun. I was like hoping, like I kind of had Highlander on the brain recently. I don't know why. So I made that reference hoping that somebody was gonna kind of go with it.
I
a
got
little
it.
bit. Okay, well, I know you're not the only one who got it, but you went with it. Like I know Jesse got it.
Oh yeah.
But you're the,
I know
but
Highlander.
Jesse failed me. Didn't make a Highlander reference back. You did.
No. I was just the one who beat him to it.
Okay, that's fair. Number 25. My mom just fundamentally does not understand technology, and it leads to some insanely frustrating moments. The worst one was when I tried to explain to her how the Wi-Fi works. She insisted that it was slow because, Valkyria, your computer is always on and it sucks the data too. It didn't work on data, and she didn't believe me when I told her so. Valkyria, you're always playing games. I play single-player games 99% of the time. I didn't know how well it worked, and I actually don't remember anything in the moment, but back then I actually did some research on the internet. I also asked my boyfriend, who is a programmer, repairs computers, and is generally more comfortable than me with this kind of stuff. So he could point me to places where I can find the information I needed about it. Then I went back to my mom and explained how the Wi-Fi worked. After aggravating me by interrupting me and telling me I was wrong while I was trying to explain, she very infuriatingly so told me, well, can't I have my opinion? I am entitled to have opinions. I went berserk. I couldn't do it anymore. I just screamed back, you can't have an opinion on facts. If this is how it works, this is how it works. It wasn't the best way to react, but she has a knack for making me so irrationally angry that I just reacted like that.
I mean, she is entitled to her wrong opinion.
Yeah, I hate that response though. Like, I got an opinion. Nobody ever said you can't have an opinion.
It reminds me a lot of like what AJ would go through with their mom, where like she would say something. They would be having a civil discourse. You know, she would say like what she thought of something, and then AJ would calmly say what they thought of something. You know, and if it didn't jive up exactly, she would be like, "How come you're attacking my opinion? I'm allowed to have my opinions." And I'm just like, "Oh, that's rough, man." I my heart went out to AJ so many times because of that.
Like, there's no opinion police that are gonna come popping out of the drawer to like tie you up and cart you off. It's just, you're wrong.
My dad was like that a little bit, not nearly on that level, but a little bit. And one time I told him, you know, I'm allowed to disagree, and he got it. Like it like clicked with him, you know. So
Like, and I hate that shit on Twitter and stuff like that, where it's like, well, as a white guy, I'm not allowed to have an opinion, and it's like, you just fucking have an opinion right here.
well, hold on. Why are you going to Payton's Twitter? I thought he got banned. I thought he got banned. If you made another
know,
Twitter,
right?
that's wrong. Okay, now on the real.
Yeah, but still.
Number 26. In my first college course, there was a 16-year-old in my class, and their parents sat through the... Oh, God, I hate when kids... Their parents sat through the entire lecture next to them. The professor explained his concern about her taking up a seat for a student, and the mom immediately snapped at him about how she was paying his salary by enrolling her kid there, and she deserved respect. Woman had no clue. Poor kid made no friends in that class.
Oh no.
Parents who do that, should... honestly, the colleges should, just remove them at that point. They shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Did that article state that they did that the entire semester or whatever, or just that one day?
It only mentions the one day, but I think that it's inferred that she at least intended to be there the whole semester.
Why are they? They don't need to be there. Come on.
There's a time to stop helicoptering, and it's before you start.
Yeah.
But if you started, it's definitely colleges where you really, really fucking need to stop.
And then sometimes they
time
never
to
stop.
Yeah.
Gotta cut the cord.
Number 27. All the way up until I went away to college, my mother insisted at all times on seeing exactly what I was buying for clothes to make sure that they weren't too baggy for her liking.
Oh my God!
Because God forbid you wear baggy clothes. When I was 17 years old, we were out buying jeans at the Gap, and she wanted to have me come out of the change room after trying on each pair so that she can inspect the way they looked for approval. When I refused to basically do a fashion show for her with every individual pair of pants I tried on, she crawled her 58-year-old self under the door of the dressing room where I was trying them on to take matters into her own hands. I'm a guy, and there was a huge lineup outside the door of people waiting to use the dressing room. Everybody saw. Everybody heard.
Oh no.
Horror show.
What is wrong with baggy jeans? What is wrong with comfortable baggy jeans? There's nothing
From
wrong.
my perspective, they had to be baggy. Though I'm a girl, and they always make the jeans way too short for tall girls
That's true.
because they don't expect girls to be tall.
Yeah.
And I had to deal with that, and my mom had to deal with that back before I was, back when she was the tallest, and I'm way taller than her now. I cannot imagine having to go through that as a guy. Holy shit.
Especially with her trying to crawl into there.
Yeah, under the bottom of the door because it's just that important. They're not too baggy, son.
There's maybe 6 inches of clearance under those things too.
Yeah, those aren't exactly
That
the
means
most
she was
forgiving.
She was slithering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing the worm trying to get in there. Holy shit. Okay, number 28. When I was very young, maybe about 5 years old or so, my dad got into a ridiculously long conversation with the cashier at a movie rental place. I had to pee really badly, but every time I tried to get his attention, he just brushed me off and continued with his clearly more important movie talk. I ended up peeing myself in the middle of the store, and he didn't even notice until we got back into the car and it started to smell like pee. In his defense, at least he was super apologetic when he asked why I didn't tell him that I needed to go, and I explained what had happened from my perspective. I guess even the best of us make mistakes every now and then. That's honestly not as bad as the other ones.
Okay.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
You could have been like, well, you friggin' wuss, why'd you pee yourself?
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought it was going to go. I'm glad it didn't go in that direction, because that would have...
Flinging piss everywhere.
I'm glad it didn't go in that direction either. I wasn't even thinking of that.
Every direction.
All the directions. Straight up, down, side to side. Number 29. I was 15 or 16 and teaching the 2- and 3-year-olds at church. It was Easter, and one little boy comes in crying up a storm. Nothing that my friend and I can console him. About halfway through, he stops and just sniffles. At the end, when the parents come back in and pick him up, he sees his dad and starts crying again, telling his dad that he doesn't want anything to do with him. His mom comes and gets him, and my friend and I tell her about our son. She was trying so hard not to laugh and told us why. The boy's dad hit a rabbit on the way to church this morning, and the boy started to cry, thinking it was the Easter bunny.
Oh my.
Oh no.
That poor kid. That's kind of cute that he was concerned like that, but I feel bad for the dad. He didn't hit the rabbit on purpose.
No, but you still feel bad for the kid. You feel bad for the mom.
I feel bad for the rabbit too. I feel bad for everybody involved.
Thinking about it, my dad would have been the kind of guy that Had that happened to me, he would have been like, "Oh, no Easter this year. Sorry, kids."
Oh shit.
Probably mine would have tried that too.
That's terrible. I mean,
Easter's
well-
No, he would have then like taken it back and been like, I was just joking. That wasn't the Easter bunny, blah blah blah. But
I mean,
still,
to be fair, I've literally never given a shit about Easter, but that's like still traumatizing to a little kid, you know?
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, as a little kid, I actually cared about it.
Especially a 2-year-old, right?
Yeah.
Okay, number 30. When I was in 5th grade, there was this girl who I was pretty good friends with. We would always kid around and jokingly make fun of each other at school. So one day, my mom was picking me up from school, and me and the girl were walking out together. As part of an inside joke, the girl said, "See you tomorrow, Dumbo." For the record, the joke was that I had very big ears as a kid, which thankfully I have since grown into. She had made jokes about my ears many times before, and it was just a normal part of a relationship, but this particular time my mom heard her say it and was not having any of it for even a second. She got out of her car, stormed over to my friend, and started full-on yelling at her, saying things like, "Don't you ever talk to my kid like that again. How would you like it if kids made fun of the freckles on your face?" The girl started bawling. I was so freaking embarrassed that my mom was yelling at this innocent little girl in front of dozens of kids over something as silly as this. We left, and I did not say a single word to my mom on the entire way home. Thanks, Mom. I love you, but that was mean.
To be
Oh,
honest,
no.
I am on the mom's side for
I-
this,
I
but if
feel
only
like-
she could have shut up for a second and listened to the explanation.
Like, my heart is kind of warmed by the fact that she was so ready to defend her son against what she
Yeah.
perceived at the time to be bullying.
It's the freak out, though. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
better ways to handle it, but I am kind of like, it is heartwarming to see a mother that's like ready to defend her kid like that. That is cool. It just
why is that such a thing that we're just so like happy to hear about a parent defending her child?
because it doesn't happen
Apparently,
as much
that's
as it
not.
could. It's not, because I think I know why, actually, because I think so many of us have had those situations where we could have used that backup and didn't get it.
Yeah, I really.
So
Wow, I
Yeah.
don't want to get too much into my
yeah.
things. But
No, and
yeah.
I no, neither do I. But I think that there's a reality to that. Number 31. It was my 16th birthday, and my family went out to a fancy Italian restaurant. The staff came over to sing happy birthday to me, and my dad started singing along loudly in a bad Italian opera kind of accent. Oh, because that's totally cool. The staff were so stunned that they just stopped singing. The other customers around us laughed their heads off and applauded. I was mortified.
Oh.
Like, ha ha ha! Remember the time you were racist, Dad?
Some people just want all the attention.
Yeah. How can I make my child's birthday about me?
We wildly swung from one story to another.
I mean, Evie, I just want to say that that's horrible, but like your mom kind of deserves that, so like your mom ain't shit, so I kind of don't sympathize there. All right, number 32. After I submitted my first ever job application to a store manager back when I was about 16 years old, my paranoid mother barged up to the store and started going on and on to the manager about how I was really shy and not much of a people person. Yeah, that's exactly what a manager wants to hear about an applicant for a customer service job.
For God's sake.
I tell you, there's
Just,
nothing...
just say the worst possible thing. Sorry.
The worst possible thing is anything, too, because, like, especially in, like, any kind of business that's going to hire teenagers, they don't want to hear from their fucking parents. Like,
I
at
have
all.
a slightly
They're
adjacent.
not.
What were you saying now?
Oh, I was gonna say I have a slightly adjacent story about this. The day that I went to apply at the technical graphic design school that I went to, my mother was with me because she figured she had to be there to kind of vet for me. And as we were signing the documents, she decides to pull aside the manager of that department and be like, Noun is, not the literally Noun,
Yeah,
but my
yeah.
actual name is, she's gifted, because I was in the gifted and talented
Okay.
education program. She's gifted, so she needs to be challenged,
Oh.
or she'll get bored and she won't do her work.
Oh,
What?
I was 21 years old.
Like, her heart was in the right place, but it's like, you got to shut up at that point.
Yeah.
If your age starts at the number 2 and has 2 digits, Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's all bad idea.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't help. But I'm sure they were
I mean-
they probably heard shit like that all the time, though.
Probably. The look on his face.
Like, oh.
I saw in response was just like, oh, you're one of those parents.
All right, number
But
30.
at the same-
That's a good story.
Anyway, it was just like, oh, God, the GATE program does nothing but bad things.
Number 33. My friend thought the holes in the airplane toilets were an opening to the sky. She insisted that her pee went straight out of the plane and evaporated in the air. Same with poop. It's true. I saw the clouds too, she'd say. Worst part of this is that I told my mom later that day and she had the same reasoning. Had to Google it just to make sure I wasn't crazy. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
There's a cartoon, I think, on Nickelodeon that, like, misguided a whole bunch of people on that.
That would do it. Y'all
It
ever
was probably Rocco.
y'all ever see that movie, Joe Dirt?
Yep.
Remember when he was
Who hasn't?
Yeah, I mean, wasn't there a thing where he had like what he thought was a meteor, and it turned out to be like a poop, like compacted poop from an airplane or something like that?
I can't recall.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I there is a thing where like if the tank gets full, they can release it, and it just kind of just falls. But they only do that if they're going over the ocean. So
Yeah, they're not going to do that over like Los Angeles or something.
Just
I certainly
ball
will.
of shit, just smack someone in the face.
I mean, they would probably die. I would think, right?
Yeah, you think at that
would
velocity.
be the most
What a
embarrassing way
shitty way
to
to
die.
die.
Okay, number 34. I had a friend in high school whose mom was terrible. Every time there was a party, and mind you, most of my friends were Mormons, so they were supervised, appropriate parties, she would come just to make sure that her daughter wasn't getting into trouble. She wouldn't let her watch PG-13 movies even at age 17, had a strict curfew, and became a constant judgmental fixture at every social event. One time she called me a sleaze because she saw me kiss a boy at a school dance. She wasn't chaperoning, she was just there to watch her daughter. The best story, though, was that one time my friends and I went to my house to watch a scary movie. Sheltered Friends comes. Helicopter mom shows up. My dear mother distracted her in the kitchen so my friend could have a little peace and just be a teenager. My mom later said that she had no idea what to talk about, so they talked about cats for 2 hours. 2 hours. My mom is a saint.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I can't talk
That's
about
laying on the sword big time.
Honestly, though,
That
like,
mom is a fucking saint.
she's
though.
a legend, but part of me is like, well, talking about cats for 2 hours doesn't sound too bad.
Derek says he
I mean,
could.
I could wax
Maybe I
intellectual
could.
about cats for 2 hours if I needed to.
Yeah. Well, she needed to. Because, like, these kids needed to be left alone for a while. That's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, she definitely fell on the sword there. Number 35. I was at an Applebee's with my grandma on, like, my 12th birthday. She and my aunt were just nonstop complaining about how cold their salads were and how... What, do you want a warm salad?
Salads?
Are supposed to be crisp and cold, right?
Yeah,
In
usually.
in my experience, they usually are. Anyway, how cold their salads were and how it was taking ridiculously long. She ended up pounding on the table, demanding she speak to someone like she was freaking too. This was in a busy, crowded restaurant, and some poor girl who was already busy had to stop all she was doing to speak with my grandma. You don't microwave your salads? Can't say I've ever microwaved a salad now.
Maybe they like everything wilted and nasty.
Maybe. She then started saying how the salad was so crummy and made a big scene. She couldn't get a new salad for some reason I can't remember, so then she yanked my arm and as everyone stared at us said, "Come with Grandma, we're going to a place that has better service." I was so embarrassed.
Oh my god. Where was this? Applebee's?
Applebee's. I mean, the standard for food at Applebee's is pretty low to begin with.
You know what's funny is that, like, as much as people, like, talk shit about Applebee's, their food isn't really as horrible as it sounds.
I mean, it's not that it's, like, the worst food ever. It's just, to me, like, going to Applebee's is just like, well, I could microwave frozen food, too.
Like, I've had salmon at Applebee's, and it was pretty freaking good.
I do like salmon quite a lot. I used to eat at Applebee's quite a lot when I was in my early 20s, and then the last time I went there, it was like really lousy. All of a sudden, like they changed all the recipes and shit, and I was like, well, I ain't going there again.
One of the last times that I went there, there was some sort of charity event going on for kids with learning disabilities, and they also had the help of the local police station.
Okay.
So it was like one of the kids would come and
ACAB.
talk to you at your table. And then if you didn't choose to donate, then one of the cops would come and talk to you.
Oh, wow. Scare
So,
tactics.
so basically, they were using good cop, bad cop, but they were using adorable little kids
Basically.
as the good cops.
Yeah, basically.
A cab. That's manipulative bullshit.
That was
know-
like the last time that I ate at Applebee's. So
That would be the last time for me as well.
That's an Applebee's
Almost-
killer.
All I
almost
had
any
was
time.
lousy fish. You had experiences with cops.
Anytime I have my family visiting me, they're usually like, "Okay, let's go to Applebee's," and I'm like,
Let's
"Great,
not say we did.
let's go there for the like 100,000th time," because literally every single time people come to visit me, they're like, "Let's go to Applebee's," but there's so many restaurants in Keene.
Okay, but to be fair, you would probably eat Pizza Hut every day.
You know, the nearest Pizza Hut from here is like 40 minutes away.
And that's a problem for you.
No,
Okay, I was just saying, because
that tends to be a problem.
That's best to stay away from the devil that taunts, you know?
what?
I mean, I love pizza, but if I'm going out for food, I'm not going to get pizza.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, a little variety. It's the spice of life, right? You don't have to go to Applebee's every single time.
Right. But it's every fucking time. And I'll be like, well, can we go here? And they'll be like, oh, I didn't think you liked that place. I'm like, we've been here before and I like it. And it's literally every time.
Maybe they
they're
think you only
"Let's
like
go to
Applebee's." Let's not. Yeah, the last time I went to Applebee's, I ordered the fish and chips, which was like usually like a pretty solid choice, and it was
You can't fuck up fish and chips too hard.
they managed it. Instead of like several moderately sized pieces of fish with like normal amount of batter on it, I got one gigantic piece of fish with about 3 inches of batter on it, and it was literally dripping with grease all onto the plate, and also dripping onto the table because the whole thing didn't even fit on. Like I had to hack through it to get to the fish part, and then the fish part was like really soggy.
They're like, sir, here's your complimentary chainsaw.
Sounds like the cooks are the real hacks there.
Oh
Yeah.
fried a whole ass fish. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was nasty too. All right, number 36. My sister always says she's a scientist and does things based on facts. She also says that she is way above average intelligence. I told her I was having more instances of sleep paralysis. She told me I should get some crystals. Oh, that's because that's science. I told her thanks, but I made an appointment with my doctor and did a sleep study instead. She has an associate's degree in nursing. I also once had to explain that direction is a fixed thing and that it is our position that changes. She insists that in front of her is always north because it is her north.
I'm smarter than my sister, guys.
You guys can't see me, but I'm making the surprise Pikachu face right now.
Hey, that's my thing.
I guess it's her true north, nobody
Yeah.
else's.
Wow,
Surprise Pikachu's my thing.
it's everybody's thing.
I'm just shit.
My husband tried to explain she was wrong, but the worst part is my engineer dad, who also says he is so smart, backed her up. But I suspect that has more to do with making me wrong. She tutors
I
in
was going to
science
say,
and
like, I think somebody didn't fall far from the tree.
T
Or
Sparkle.
massive trolling.
T
Yes.
Sparkle has redeemed the choose raid target, so you're going to be picking the raid at the end of the stream.
Absolutely.
Swiggity swooty. Okay, number
One
37.
of these days, I'm going to get the chance.
Certainly. Sleeping over my friend's house in 7th grade, I was trying to sleep on the floor. However, his parents decided to have let's try that again. His parents decided to have very loud wall-rattling sex. I laid there trying to fall asleep for about 15 minutes when a loud shriek hinted that it was over. I kind of laughed a little, and my friend, who I thought was sleeping, just says, "I am so sorry." We awkwardly laughed about it and then went to bed.
Wow.
You know, if you're going to have loud sex, maybe not when your kid's having a sleepover.
Yeah.
You know?
Talk about bad timing.
Or at least tune it down. I mean, I'm not exactly an expert on sex, but there's ways of having it.
There's
And
ways
maybe
of just
also don't
not
do
making
it
so much noise.
in a room that's next to an RA.
Well, that's...
Because I've had that happen 5 times.
Maybe stay away from the walls that rattle.
Well, I think the implication was that the noise was causing the wall rattling. I think they were being poetic there. All right, number 38. About once a month, my dad gets drunk and calls various customer service centers demanding stuff. That's a fun drunken activity. Once he finally gets off the phone, frequently 45 plus minutes later, he spends the next
Does sound fun.
he spends the next few days telling us about how all he slew the customer service dragon, and boy, people sure don't appreciate their customers nowadays, blah, blah, blah. No, duh, Dad, you're being a jerk. No one appreciates that. If you worked for DirecTV customer service anytime before 1996, I apologize on behalf of my dad. Okay. That's...
That sounds like a thing that totally has been happening.
And probably still is.
To this day.
Number 39. When I was in the 5th grade, I got hit by a car. I was relatively fine, but my friend called... Yes, fuck. I was relatively fine, but my friend called my parents to tell them what had happened, and my dad was in such a rush to get to me that he showed up at the scene in nothing but his underwear. It was very embarrassing, but at the same time, I appreciate his care and sense of urgency.
I appreciate that as well. I don't really care that he was in his underwear.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. I can understand why
That'll
the kid
happen.
might be kind of embarrassed by that, but at the same time, if you just got hit by a car, you have bigger fish to fry, so to speak.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm gonna, throw on my Sunday best.
Just don't go to Applebee's for your fish.
Shut up.
You really ain't shit, man. Oh my god.
Nah.
You know who ain't shit?
Tanya ain't shit.
Yes.
There's so many people who ain't shit.
Now that I'm on my desktop,
Oh, you got your microphone
I can do
fixed?
this.
Hey.
We interrupt this stream to bring you this important service announcement. Tanya ain't shit. All right. Number 40. This is not the last one, but it's the last one we're doing.
I love
on
how those
today's
ping
episode.
us. Or those ping me, rather.
It pings you?
It does, because I have star, noun,
Oh.
star.
Okay.
People like to play with my name, so it pings me every time.
My dad, influenced at least in part by the movie Bad Boys 2, decides to mess with my boyfriend on my first date by acting like a tough guy. He filled a whiskey bottle with tea, and when he answers the door, he started chugging down the whole thing while scanning my boyfriend up and down. He then tried to break the bottle over his own head. The date was canceled due to the ensuing hospital trip, and I became known as the girl with the totally insane father. Don't concuss yourself this time, Dad, became the running joke in my house once I was able to get a date again.
Okay, that wasn't real, because every girl at her age has a totally insane fucking father. Whether or not he does something like that.
Well, yeah, that's
And
absolutely true, but I mean, I can totally see somebody thinking, this is going to be awesome, I'm going to break this bottle over my head, it's going to look so badass, and yeah, it never works out that way.
yeah, next time just use sugar glass.
Or better yet, don't do that at all.
Yeah, but it would look awesome.
I'm gonna flex in front of my girl's boyfriend.
Because I own her. That's basically what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. I was just thinking that maybe he was like making a parody. I was trying to be optimistic. I wanted that to be a parody of his.
Well, I mean, it might have been if he got the idea from Bad Boys 2. I mean, that was a funny scene. But yeah. So yeah, out of 20, because we did 20 of them, 15 is what I'm gonna say. What are you guys gonna say?
10.
I'm gonna wimp out and say 15 as well.
Okay.
I'm giving it a sweet 16.
There's nothing wimpy about being right. Jesse will. EB just said that Jesse will totally smash a bottle over his head to assert dominance over his hypothetical daughter's date.
What?
No, I'd probably just do it for the lulls.
Yeah, but as you said, use sugar glass so you don't wind up in the hospital.
No, I was the one who was basically asserting that I would probably do the same thing over my hypothetical daughter that will never exist.
Well, whatever y'all choose to do, just don't hit yourself in the head with a real bottle. Because that will hurt and you will possibly concuss yourself. Okay. Are we boring you, Kyle?
No, I'm just a little sleep deprived.
Well, that I can definitely relate to. Okay, so, wow, Pun's still streaming. I got some lists that were sent in by people. Let's do those. Let's see. I got Manic Scarecrow sent me his
A riggin' pun.
top 100 favorite guitarists. That could be cool. So we'll do it 10 by 10, and that will stop after each 10 and comment on them, I guess.
I like music.
I
Hey!
can't say I'm familiar with guitarists.
Okay. Well, he did include what band each of them are from, although just at a glance, it's a lot of extreme metal stuff, so maybe you won't be like completely familiar with it, but you know, I'm not even familiar with a lot of these.
I will judge based on band names.
There you go. Why not? That's the best way to do it. All right, number 100 is Brett Hines of Mastodon. Number 99 is Jesper Stromblad of In Flames. Number 98, Patrick Mamelli of Pestilence. Number 97, Luke LeMay of Gorguts. That's a great name. Number 96, Stefan Hanus of Fresh Crawl. Number 95 is Camden Cruz of Seven Kingdoms. That sounds made up. Number 94, Dave Brixius of Edge of Thorns. Number 93, Phil Demmel of Violence. Number 92, Michael Stutzer of Artillery. And number 91, Ben Meyer of Nasty Savage.
How is violence spelled?
It's spelled the right way, but there's like a dash after the O, so it's Violence.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
You know, I'm familiar with like 3 of these. So, like, yeah.
It's gonna go all downhill from here.
Like, yeah, Mastodon, In Flames, and Pestilence. After that, I'm just like, these sound fake.
Just fills the whole list with made up names.
That would be hilarious. Okay, number 90, Wolf Hoffman of Accept. Number 89, John Drenning of Crimson Glory. Number 88, Kai Hansen of Halloween. It's actually Halloween, but okay. He probably got autocorrected there. Number 87 is Daniel Gildenlau of... Halloween. Daniel Gildenlau of Pain of Salvation.
That's a Les player.
What?
Halloween. It's a Les player.
Oh, it's also a power metal band. Number 87 is Daniel Gildenlau of Pain of Salvation. Number 86, Devin Graves of Dead Soul Tribe. Number 85, Dennis Mullen of Images of Eden. Number 84, Sean McNenny of Nocturnus. Number 83, Anders Nystrom of Bloodbath. And number 82, Hansi Muller of Protector. And number 81, Sebastian Marino of Overkill. We're getting better. I've heard about like 7 of these.
It's possible I've heard of these bands before.
It's possible that they exist.
I'm not sure of their skill in guitaring, but you know.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like most heavy metal guitarists are at least somewhat skilled because it's a style of music that's not exactly easy to play. Pain of Salvation fucking sucks. I have to bring that up. Oh, and AJ's bringing that up in the chat as well. We're on top 100 favorite guitarist by Matic Scarecrow.
Oh.
So it's mostly like really like speed metal stuff. Yeah, Pain of Salvation is like really wanky prog that is really boring and not at all interesting, and I don't want to hear it again.
Bunch of wankers.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking wanker. All right, number 80, Harry Wilkins of Destruction. Number 79, Phil Kettner of Laz Rocket.
Wilkins.
It's the most metal name ever, right? Number 78, John Goodsoul of Atomic Rooster and Brand X. Number 77, Charlie Hunter. Doesn't say a bad name. Number 76, Ray Shulman of Gentle Giant. Number 75, Tony Knapp of Afflictor and Waxen and his solo stuff. Number 74, Alex Hellett of Entombed. Number 73, Mark Shelton of Middle of Road. Number 72, Tony Pataro of Whiplash. I almost said potato, but I didn't. And number 71, Eric Meyer of Dark Angel. I'll send it to you later, AJ. I don't know a lot of these, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm a little in the dark with a lot of these. Dark metal, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's a lot of like I think it's like a lot of like speed metal stuff. But what's crazy is that it's all this heavy stuff, and then like this like really wimpy prog that comes in out of nowhere, like Gentle Giant. Like what?
All right, real quick, Coke or Pepsi?
I don't
Coke.
drink
Coke.
soda, so yeah. There, you guys
Just
decide.
pick one.
Yeah.
Someone.
Two people just said Coke.
Okay, Coke it is. I'm gonna go grab one.
There you
Be
go.
right back.
Jesus.
They're both good, though.
Okay, I'm just going to continue because I can't wait. Number 70, Michael Bruce of Alice Cooper. Number 69, Buzz Osborne of the Melvins. Number 68, Glenn Dover.
Nice.
That's like very close to
Glenn Dover!
Glenn Dover of King Diamond and Megadeth. Number 67, East Bay Ray from the Dead Kennedys. Number 66, Chris Brodick of Jagpanzer and Megadeth. Number 65, Juice Osborne of Electric Wizard. Number 64, Ty Tabor of King's X. Number 63, Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips. Number 62, Frederick Nordstrom of Dream Evil. And number 61, Andrew Leitner of Camel. This is the first one where I've heard of all these bands. So
I've heard of actually a lot of these for once, finally.
you know what?
Why are you messaging me?
You know how like we've already gotten a few Megadeth guitarists, and the reason that Megadeth has been through so many rhythm guitarists is because nobody can fucking get along with Dave Mustaine because he's such a fucking asshole.
He is. He's such a God. I hate him.
Yeah, he really ruined Megadeth for me with his bullshit. Like I used to like them, now I can't even listen to like the majority.
He's such a right-wing dipshit.
Yeah.
Is that what people don't like? Like, what makes him difficult?
Well, he used to be like just like a drunken prick, and now he's like a drunken righteous prick who thinks he's Ted Nugent.
Oh, God.
Yeah, see, AJ just said he turned into Ted Nugent 2.0.
All right, hopefully that wakes me up a bit more.
Sweet.
AJ always has a way with describing people.
It's true.
We got to be more extreme over here for T-Sparkle.
Extreme! Alright, number 60, Adam Jones of Tool. Number 59, Wurzel of Motorhead. Number 58, Lowell George of Mothers of Invention and Little Feat. Number 57, Mark English of Monstrosity and Deicide. Number 56, Ron Wood. Ron Wood.
Shush
of
you.
The Rolling Stones. Number 55, Mike Pike of Sleep. That sounds made up. Number 54 is Mark Briotti of Jagpanzer. Number 53, John Hudson of Faith No More. Number 52, Ted Nugent, and he wrote, I know he ain't shit, but he's a hell of a fucking guitar player. And
51 gives ears.
Yep, gives ears. And number 51, James Williamson of the Stooges. Yeah, I was just saying too, AJ, how like he ruined Megadeth for me. The Stones suck. I'm sorry. The Rolling Stones have been in the music industry for like 50 years, and the only thing they've contributed to it is, we're English. You know, they're just terrible.
I think my dad had like every single Mothers of Invention LP that's ever existed.
Well, I mean,
he's a big fan.
I mean, you know, Frank Zappa is like one of my favorite musicians of all time. So.
Oh yeah.
May I just reiterate, blah, we're English.
Blah, we're English. Blah. Wanker. Cigarettes. You know. I mean, that's the Rolling Stones to me. That's all they are. Like, we're like the Beatles, but shitty.
Blah, we're English.
I mean,
We're the shitty
Beatles.
Shitty Beatles from Wayne's World. Yeah. How are the shitty Beatles? They suck.
So they're the Dung Beatles.
The Dung Beatles. Yeah.
Not just a clever name.
They're the Scarabs. Okay. Number
Domo.
number 50, Mike Weed of King Diamond. Number 49, Chris Haskett of Rollins Band. Number 48, Sonny Sharrock. Number 47, Bill Steer of Napalm Death. Number 46, Ron Ashton of the Stooges. Number 45 is just some dude named Snakefinger. Number 44 is Dan Leiker of Anthrax. Number 43, Billy Gibson of ZZ Top. Number 42, Thurston Moore of Sonic Youth. Number 43, Glenn Buxton of Alex Cooper. Number 42, Jeff Lynne of Electric Light Orchestra. And number 41, Jay Junger of White Zombie. Hey, Beryl. Is it getting worse?
I was just about to ask, do you think the quality is getting better or worse?
Worse. We're going in the wrong direction here. I mean, I respect the hell out of like anybody that could play guitar for Napalm Death, because it's like, you know, you basically have to be on like cocaine the entire time. But
and then there's that one song,
You Suffer, yeah, which I had tricked Kyle into playing on what's the name of that fucking game?
Beat Saber.
Beat Saber. Like, yeah, it's like only a second long, so it's like, and it was over. And the first time he failed it, which was hilarious.
And that's
You gotta
literally
trick him
the name
into
of the
playing
clip.
Power
You
Brain.
suffer, but why?
Which is the entire lyric of it. I don't know how he says "you suffer, but why" in a second, because it just sounds like to me. But thumbs up.
I
dude.
will never forget that.
You shouldn't. That's why I made a clip though, just in case you forget it. It's there.
How can I forget it?
Your reaction was amazing.
Have you yet played Wood Kids Run Boy Run on Beat Saber?
No.
You need to.
Well, then you'll have to be there next time I play Beat Saber.
There you go.
Okay.
Because yeah, Kyle takes requests. Okay, number 40 is Joey Z of Life of Agony. Number 39 is Mantis of Venom. Number 38, Paul Quinn of Saxon. Number 37, Satyr of Satyr Icon. Number 36 is Jim Matthews of Fate's Warning. Jesus Christ. Number 35 is Mick Taylor of Rolling Stones. Number 34 is James Blood Ulmer. Is that his real name? Number 33 is Dan Spitz of Anthrax.
Powerful.
Number 32 is Jim Durkin of Dark Angel. And number 31 is Tommy
Durkin.
Tony Koivasari of Amorphous. I actually really like Amorphous. They're really good. Do we need like 2 Rolling Stones guys on this list? Like, ew.
Are they really that good at the guitar?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's the clip there too. Like, yeah, they're not. They're not really good at anything, except for like just being old.
All members of the Rolling Stones nowadays look pickled.
You know what's
They're
funny?
real good at being old.
It's like there's like 5 of them, I think, and like 4 of them do look like mummies. And then there's the drummer who just looks like a college professor that got lost and wound up like at a rock concert.
He's
What
just
am I
trying to
doing
teach
here?
Mummies.
He
Get here?
He does look like when he's drumming, like he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like that dog in the meme, you know? All right.
This is fine.
This is fine. Number 30 is Gary Holt of Exodus. Number 29, Jeff Young of Megadeth. Number 28, Mike Torau of Possessed. Number 37, Jim Martin of Faith No More. Number 26 is Carlos Santana. Number 25 is Rick Nielsen of Cheap Trick. Number 24 is Trevor Rabin of Yes. Number 23 is B.B. King. And number 22 is Kim Thale of Soundgarden. And number 21 is Neil Young. Okay, first off, I didn't really think Neil Young was really known for his guitar skills.
Maybe songwriting, but
Yeah, singing, songwriting, that kind of thing. Also, if you're going to put a guitarist from Yes in there, you pick Trevor Rabin? Really? Why?
I'm just gonna submit Santana.
Santana's fucking great.
So I'm just gonna say Santana. That's it.
He's fabulous. He's a great guitarist.
great music, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number 20 is Stevie Ray Vaughan. Number 19 is Larry LaLonda of Possessed and Primus. Number 18 is Scott Ian of Anthrax. Number 17 is Steve Rothery of Marillion. Number 16 is James Hetfield of Metallica. Number 15 is Robert Fripp from King Crimson. Number 14 is Brian Hoffman of Deicide. Number 13, Tommy Bolin of Deep Purple. Number 12, Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. And number 11 is Frank Zappa. Like, okay, I'm kind of annoyed that Frank Zappa didn't make the top 10, but
Yeah.
I think we've officially got
That is
all...
a personal offense right there.
It really is. I think we've officially got all of the Anthrax guitarists. I don't think there's any left.
Soon we're just going to include the bassists and drummers just for kicks.
And AJ brings up a good point that I agree with. Like James Hetfield, like I associate more with his singing ability than his guitar ability, which is like it. You know, he's not bad, but he's not. You know, like. Well, then again, like to be fair, this is like not best guitarist. This is his favorite guitarist, so I give it a little leeway when it comes to something like that.
Maybe it's the whole personality as well.
These kind of lists are extremely subjective.
They
So
really are.
it's difficult to rate these kind of things, and it seems like it's just, you know, oh, my opinion is better than yours.
But our opinions are better. That's why we're the list critics.
Oh, gotcha.
Skippy.
Yeah, I don't just like grab random assholes. I get people whose opinions are like better.
Holy snap and
Just grab
apple.
random assholes. You grab targeted assholes.
Exactly.
Damn it.
Number 10, Brian May of Queen. Number 9, Kirk Hammett of Metallica. Number 8 is Jimi Hendrix. Number 7 is Marty Fieldman of Megadeth. That's officially all the Megadeth guitarists. Number 6 is KK Downing of Judas Priest. Number 5 is Kerry King of Slayer. Number 4 is Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin. Number 3 is Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest. Number 2 is Eddie Van Halen. And number 1 is Chuck Schuldiner of Death.
Huh.
You know, okay, so like Chuck Schuldiner might actually be the most talented person on this list, but that's mostly because he didn't just play the guitar. He also like wrote every song and did the vocals and produced everything himself and was like basically was that band. I don't think he's like the best guitarist of all time, but he is.
This
like,
is favorite.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I mean, Chuck was an amazing talent that was taken way too soon, and we all miss him. Is Eddie Van Halen really number 2 though? Like, come on, like.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired of Eddie Van Halen.
Like, he's such a fucking piece of shit.
Is he?
Is he?
He really is. He really is a piece of shit.
This isn't even about my opinion of like statements he said. It's just when I first moved to Las Vegas, I had a neighbor who would like basically he'd go out there and masturbate his car. It was he'd go out there.
Oh, the stick shift. Oh.
No, he'd go out there and he'd like wash it for hours on end. It was
Oh my
basically he was just masturbating this stupid
Did he
car.
have Warrant playing like she's my cherry
No,
pie?
he had Eddie
Oh
Van
my
Halen
God.
play.
Oh.
It was just
No, wait,
nonstop Eddie Van Halen.
That's like you could have used White Snake, you know, here I go again on my own. You know, like,
no, it was
why
just
Van
Eddie
Halen?
Van Halen.
That's shitty.
I don't know why. I was so tired of hearing about how
Oh.
bad. He had it for teacher.
Got it bad, I got it bad, I got it bad, I'm half a teacher.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it was a good
just-
song for the first 23 times, right?
It-
Oh, it wasn't even the first 23 times. I got so tired of it so fucking fast.
Well, out of 100, you know, it is a subjective list. I will give it a subjective number. 69. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna join you. 69.
You're going to join me in a 69? I don't consent
No.
to that.
No.
I definitely don't consent to that.
That's not what I meant.
I'm glad. But I had to do it.
Nice. I will give it a 42.0.
Oh, the meaning of everything.
I'm upset that there was no Satriani. I'm giving it a 60.
Honestly, I think Joe Satriani is like boring.
I think he's pretty good.
I mean, he's an excellent guitarist. It's just his music is like the heavy metal equivalent of elevator
Oh,
music to me.
Terry's saying it like it is.
For the number of... Wait, hold on. What does Terry say?
Oh no.
Oh, there's a clip. 69.
No.
Athletic, attractive, B, grammar king. Oh, Beryl, you got to see Whitesnake? That's pretty cool. All right, so, yeah, that was a thing that happened. Riddle sent me a list. Okay, this might be interesting. This is from a website called taskandpurpose.com. And it is the funniest punishments ever handed down in the military according to the internet.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like it could be good, right? You kept forgetting that because they were forgettable? Oh, really? I like Whitesnake, but... Alright, here we go. So, let's see. Okay, so this one's called French-Canadian Mr. Fluffy. One of the first days in basic, a guy in my platoon was standing at attention while having his room inspected by the instructor. It didn't matter how nice his room was because there was a large piece of fuzz/fluff on his shirt that immediately drew the surgeon's attention. Imagine a female French-Canadian sergeant with this accent. There's a link I'm not going to click. Recruit Bloggins. What is that on your shirt? Is that a fluffy? Yes, Sergeant. Why is there a fluffy on your shirt, Bloggins? I must have missed it, Sergeant. Missed it? It is so huge. How did you miss such a big fluffy? She picks it off him. Hold out your hand. He holds out his hand, and she places it in his palm. This is Mr. Fluffy. Find a home for him, like a pill bottle or something. From now on, whenever I want to see Mr. Fluffy, you must bring him to me.
Oh, no.
This is amazing. And so
That's actually pretty creative.
And so for the rest of basic, every time the sergeant found a piece of fuzz, she would yell out, Mr. Fluffy! And Bloggins would have to march over to her and present Mr. Fluffy, and she would formally hand the new piece of fuzz to add to Mr. Fluffy. There was hell to pay if he didn't have Mr. Fluffy with him at all times.
That's creative.
That suddenly also got like terrible. Like, Jesus Christ, that bullying though.
Well, they do that in the military. I've had several friends
Yeah.
who went through it, unfortunately. And I get the concept, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like,
But-
yeah, that's how it is, but I wish it wasn't.
I mean, I'm glad it's not the days where they would just like beat the shit out of you, and it's more stuff like this. Because that is funny, Mr. Fluffy. You have to present him. That's great.
Psychological abuse as opposed to physical.
Yeah, we're getting there. Baby steps. All right, this one's called Sweeping Sunshine. There was a time when we made a There was a time when we delayed reaction though. Oh god. There was a time when we made a private sweep all the sunshine off the sidewalks. It took the poor guy all day. God damn it.
Ayo!
I
That's so
still
good.
I still see Sunshine Private. You keep sweeping till all the sunshine's gone.
Wow.
Rat bastard. That is too funny. All right. This is the next one. Marine Corps boot camp. One kid on fire watch failed to notice the drill instructor coming on deck, which means you immediately salute and report your post. So the DI ran up to the rifle rack, smacked it, and yelled, "Bam, you're dead." He tried to respond, but was cut off by the DI. "You're a ghost now. You can't talk. Go act like a ghost." Then the kid had to wander around the squad bay for the rest of his 2-hour fire watch acting like a ghost, and he took that responsibility with a stride. Plenty of ridiculous, "ooh, I'm a ghost" noises and fucking with people's racks. We were all laughing our asses off it for the next hour until our senior drill instructor got pissed.
Wow.
Oh, that's pretty good. I'd love that.
Just following orders, they said, "act like a ghost," you act like a ghost. I mean, if your instructor gave you basically an order to be a shithead like that, wouldn't you do it with relish?
Yes.
Just lean in, man.
Yeah, just fucking own it at that point. Okay, here's the next one. Service member was a total fuck up, to put it gently. Couldn't be on time, couldn't show up dressed to standards, constantly forgot professional courtesies, so on. When he was on his last straw, his squad leader pulled him aside and more or less started yelling, then stopped himself. "No, you know what? I'm done yelling at you. It doesn't work. Stay right there, don't go anywhere." He stormed off to the company building. The phrase "stay right there, don't go anywhere" is typically the precursor to something horrible happening when said in anger. The squad leader eventually emerged carrying a smallish potted tree, which he handed to the service member. "You will keep this tree alive. You will carry this with you wherever you go in uniform. You will take it to PT. You will take it to chow. You will take it to work. If anyone asks you why you're carrying this fucking tree around, you will tell them it's to replace the oxygen I stole from everyone else." Probably the funniest punishment I've ever seen, and we'll never see it again because you're not allowed to do that.
Wow.
It's like another Mr. Fluffy.
That's a little more harsh than Mr. Fluffy, though. You have to basically...
Taught him a thing or two about taking care of another. Oh.
Jesus!
Who was that?
That has to be Mr. Slammin' Coke or Pepsi over there.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
Damn. You just killed that thought. Can we resuscitate your thought now? Clear. Dunk.
I have no idea what the hell I was going. With that.
You were on a roll, and then all of a sudden, like holy
All of
shit.
a sudden, he like puked all over the goddamn thought.
God damn it! Wow. Okay. Well, if you come back to that point, which is not going to happen, let's be real, because that's gone forever. But if you come back to that point, let us
Sure.
know. I mean, wow.
Why anybody ever feels the need to puke, or no, I'm sorry, belch into the mic like that, I will never understand.
I mean, I've heard worse, sadly, but
So
it does
bye.
happen. Okay, Marine boot camp. We had a guy that somehow got his watch through the in-dock. They take all of your crap when you first get there. Well, the drill instructors found out he had it when they saw him wearing it one day, so they put him in the squad bay trash can and put the lid on it. Every time they walked by and kicked it, he'd pop out with his watch and yell, "Sir, the time on deck is 09:45, and then go back into his can like freaking Grouch from Sesame Street. It was really, really hard to not laugh at that.
The name was not Grouch, it was Grinch.
What?
No, it was Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar the Grouch.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah, I get it now.
There you go.
Ah.
Hey, Flower. Okay. A recruit in Marine Corps boot camp thought he was special because he was an Eagle Scout. The drill instructor picked up on this and during physical training took him to the woods and made him build a nest. Then he had to squat over it in order to keep his eggs warm.
Oh, God.
Well, that guy might have asked for it a little bit by thinking he was shit, but wow. I tell you, I mean, I thought they used to just scream at you and tell you that you're an asshole. They definitely have come up with some clever alternatives.
You got a little creative.
Okay, week 1 in basic army training, we had a soldier ask for an omelet in chow line, which was not allowed because there was absolutely no time to make custom omelets for every single basic training soldier. The cook started making the omelet when a drill sergeant asked what the hell was going on. The basic training soldier replied, "Go around, drill sergeant, I'm waiting on an omelet." Holy shit, this guy. Needless to say, this was the wrong thing to say and do week 1 in basic training. Our platoon motto was henceforth, "Go around, drill sergeant, I'm waiting on an omelet," and the basic training soldier was henceforth named Private Omelet.
Well, okay.
That
then.
sounds about right.
I mean, I thought that was going to go in a much different direction. I thought the dude was really going to, be made to do something terrible or something, but Hey, private omelet. That's not too bad.
Wouldn't mind myself a private omelet right now.
Saw a guy get a full body waiver for exercises. The instructor gave him 1,000 smiley frownies. Smile and a frown is one. The hardest/easiest exercise ever. For those who don't know, a full body waiver is something to the degree of cannot lift objects, no walking for more than 200 meters in one setting, no strenuous activities, etc. Basically making all normal physical activities out of the question. Okay, first off, why are you in the military then? Like,
Yeah, like what? Wait, what is this?
like you're in the military and you can't lift anything or walk or really do anything?
How would you get in? Is my question.
What would you do?
Because they're real strict
Yeah,
about
What
screening
even
to
is
let
the
you
point
in.
of that?
that's yeah. Well, I love the idea that they made them do smiley frownies though. All right. I was in a gender-mixed camp in basic. The third floor of the barracks was split with females in one half and males in the other. Males were not allowed in the female half and vice versa. My platoon was out back practicing throwing grenade bodies, and a window on the female side of the third floor opened and a male snuck out of the window onto the ledge. It was immediately obvious to everyone, including our drill sergeant, that he had been in there messing around with a female, and another drill sergeant must have come down the hall forcing him to get out of the ledge so he wouldn't get caught. Our drill sergeant looked at the guy for a minute and then yelled really sarcastically, "Don't do it, Private, you have lots to live for." Then they put him on suicide watch, made him hand over his belts and tie and shoelaces and everything that he could hang himself with, and made him drag his newly bare mattress out into the hallway next to the fire guard desk and sleep out there every night until we graduated 4 weeks later, and they made his battle buddy sleep on the floor next to him for the first week.
Oh, wow.
I'm not real sure about that one.
That one was a little rough.
They're being real careful.
Well, I mean,
That
no.
wasn't about being careful.
No, that was about embarrassing the guy.
Well, of course, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Terry. That's why I'm not happy about that one. All right, another oldie but goodie is making a private hug a tree. It all depends on how you take it. Some privates thought it was funny to have to hug a tree, but for some reason some of them thought it was really embarrassing. Okay, that's fair.
How long do they have to hug it for?
Until they tell you otherwise, I guess.
What kind of tree?
Until it became super uncomfortable.
Whatever tree is nearby. I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions. I'm not the one who wrote this.
What if it's full of bugs and daddy long legs and shit?
That's that person's
Somebody-
problem. Wow, you are really thinking way too hard about this.
This is
I
somebody
know,
who's been
I know.
playing Animal Crossing.
Holy shit. Okay, anyway, my brother told me when he was in basic, a drill sergeant yelled at this guy to beat his face, meaning to do push-ups. Said guy had no clue that it meant that and promptly punched himself in the face really, really hard and fell to the ground. The drill sergeant had to walk that one off, and my brother said you could hear him laughing hysterically as he walked behind a building. Not totally relevant, but figured I'd share.
That absolutely happened. That so happened.
Wow.
There's something you don't see every day.
I mean, at least the guy didn't have to do any push-ups.
True.
Yeah, that didn't happen, though. No, that's right. Navy basic training. All of us are doing push-ups. When the instructor says down, everyone counts. When the instructor says up, one guy in particular, the screw-up, is told to shout, "Would you like fries with that?" The instructor told him to get used to it because that's what he was going to be saying for the rest of his life. Down, 1, up. Would you like fries with that? Down, 2, up. Would you like fries with that? There was a pool of tears from laughter on the floor below me.
great.
Because people who can't make it, they have to work and.
One more, and this is a short but sweet one. I saw a guy be forced to slow dance with a mop for 1 hour straight. I mean, that kind of goes in the same as the ghost thing. I would just own it. I would just.
Who was leading?
I mean, that would be the first question I would ask, which is why I would absolutely be kicked out of the army. I'd be like, well, can I lead at least? And then I'd probably get punched in the face. I mean, yeah.
Or you could self-own like that other guy did.
If the slow dance with a mop. Oh my god.
It sort of reminds me of how you had to do the slow dancing mod in high school, PE. And I was always the least popular person. I was never picked, and I always got paired with a dude who never got picked. And the last time that I ever had to do that, we totally owned it. Like we just went full Morticia and Gomez
Oh.
Adams, like on the dance floor.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. But let me back up for a second. And you slow danced in PE class?
Yeah. You didn't have to do that?
No,
I didn't have to do that.
It was mostly
Aw.
it was mostly playing basketball, from what I remember.
Yeah, no, usually it was, we go through various quarters or whatever of playing various sports. And then during the couple of weeks that we were all stuck inside because of winter, because, California only experiences about 2 weeks of winter,
Oh,
we would do like a square dancing and slow dancing sort of mod.
that's
And you had to pick your partner when it came to slow dancing, and it was always like a guy with a girl, and then of course there was always like the least popular girl and the least popular guy, and I was always the least popular girl. So.
It sounds like you made the best out of it, but this is literally the first I'm hearing of like square dancing and slow dancing.
You're serious? Wow.
Oh man,
I'm serious.
I found it weird to learn the Macarena from the same guy that taught me how to wrestle.
Are you serious or are you making a joke?
No, I'm serious.
I feel deprived, like I missed out on an important part of my education now.
Were you
No,
really though?
you missed out on getting humiliated.
Probably you're right, but everybody in the chat is saying that they also danced in PE, and this is the first I've ever heard of this existing.
Oh yeah.
Wow. How are you older than me and you've never heard of this
I have
before?
never heard of this, not even once.
I've definitely heard of it, but I've never had to do it.
Well, that's good.
You were
Yeah, there was square
fortunate.
dancing, there was line dancing. That's how we all know how to do the boot, scoot, and boogie and the electric slide.
Yes, the electric slide. I remember that one.
Holy shit.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Manic always comes in after we've done his list. I did give it a 69. And there is a clip related to that if you look at the Discord. Yeah, that happened. My mind is blown right now, so I'm sorry that I'm just
What did you think that was just a myth or something?
No, I've never heard of it at all. This is the first I'm ever hearing of this. So, wow, you've expanded my horizons right there.
Good lord.
It's a real thing.
I don't know if that's a good thing
We
or a
would
bad
learn
thing.
dance.
That's a hell of a thing. They weren't teaching us to dance, I tell you what.
But yeah, and the the couples dances, we'd learn the tango, we'd learn the waltz. I'm sure there were more that I just can't remember.
I feel like this is probably more useful than just playing basketball for the 50 millionth time.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
we-
basketball would be more fun.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'd otherwise do, we'd
But
volleyball and we'd basketball.
Yeah,
we'd
we did volleyball. Yeah, we did other
tennis.
sports. Yeah, wow. Okay, so I have a list here from mentalfloss.com. This is one of the many lists I have on my phone. It's 35 movies that Roger Ebert really hated, which includes some quotes, of course, of him tearing into these films.
I hope one of them is
Okay.
North.
Oh, you know one of them is going to be North. You know that. Okay, so number one here is Armageddon, which he gave 1 star, and he said, the movie is an...
You don't want to miss a thing.
he wanted to miss it, apparently. He said, the movie is an assault on the eyes, the ears, the brain, common sense, and the human desire to be entertained.
Well, okay then.
That's rough.
I actually really like that movie.
I like it in the sense that I am well aware that it is not a good movie, but it is entertaining to me on like a, primal level. But all right. Number 2 is The Brown Bunny, which he gave 0 stars and said, I had a colonoscopy once and they let me watch it on TV. It was more entertaining than The Brown Bunny.
Good lord, what is the Brown Bunny about?
I honestly don't know, but
I'm kind of scared.
I have to say that like Ebert was an amazing talent with writing. Anytime you make a movie or you're involved in making a movie at all, and you look at the review and it starts with "I had a colonoscopy once," it's all downhill from there.
Oh yeah.
There's no way that that's a good review. All
It's
right.
all just gonna go brown from there.
Hey.
Oh, that's gross. All right, number 3 is Jason 10, which he gave a half star. This sucks on so many levels. Dialogue from Jason X, rare for a movie so frankly to describe itself. Jason X sucks on the levels of storytelling, character development, suspense, special effects, originality, punctuation, neatness, and aptness of thought.
Sounds like he's giving a high school grade or something.
He does.
Oh,
wow.
it's one of my tests from high school.
He's gonna write "See me after class" on the top of it. Number 4 is
He's like, no, never see me again.
yeah, don't see me ever again. I've never heard of this movie, Mad Dog Time. He gave it 0 stars, and he said, Mad Dog Time is the first movie I've seen that does not improve on the sight of a blank screen viewed from the same length of time.
Oh, jeez.
It's like waiting for the bus in a city where you're not sure if they have a bus.
Oh, man. Seething.
Mad Dog Time should be cut into free ukulele picks for the poor. That's his last quote on it. That one's a little weird. Okay, number 5. Wow, he didn't like this one. The Usual Suspects. He gave it 1.5 stars.
No way.
Yeah. And he said, once again, my comprehension begins to slip, and I wrote down, to the degree that I do understand, I don't care. It was, however, somewhat reassuring at the end of the movie to discover that I had, after all, understood everything I was intended to understand. It was just that there was less to understand than the movie at first suggests. That's kind of harsh. I actually thought that was a good movie. I mean, obviously I'm not going to agree with Ebert on everything, but he certainly didn't give a shit about The Usual Suspects.
I really like these reviews.
It's like he gave negative shits.
Yeah, he didn't have any shits to give. And matter of fact, he took some shits. Number 6.
He took out a loan.
There you go. He bought the shits on margin.
Took out a shit loan.
Number 6 is Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, which he gave 0 stars. And he says, the title character makes a living prostituting himself. How much he charges, I'm not sure, but the price is worth it if it keeps him off the streets and out of another movie. Deuce Bigelow is aggressively bad, as if it wants to cause suffering to the audience. The best thing about it is that it runs for only 75 minutes. Speaking in my official capacity as a Pulitzer Prize winner, Mr. Schneider, your movie sucks.
I mean, it's Rob Schneider at his Schneider, one of his Schneiderists, you know.
Rob Schneider, derpty derpty tiddly terp. From the makers of Derp and Derp Tum to Tiddly Tum to Two, Rob Schneider is Derp to Derp to Tiddly Tum. Rated
You had to
PG-13.
get him started. Jesus Christ.
Of course. Okay, number 7 is Mr. Magoo, which he gave half a star. He said, Magoo drives a red Studebaker convertible in Mr. Magoo, a fact I report because I love Studebakers, and this was the only thing that I liked in the film. Mr. Magoo is transcendently bad. It soars above ordinary badness as the eagle outreaches the fly.
Yeah, the whole movie is just lol blind people.
Great simile, though, there. That's fantastic.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, fantastic writing. I mean, wow. Okay, number 8, Spice World, which he gave half a star. Spice World is obviously intended as a ripoff of A Hard Day's Night, which gave the Beatles to the movies. The huge difference, of course, is that the Beatles were talented, while, let's face it, the Spice Girls could be duplicated by any 5 women under the age of 30 standing in line at Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
Harsh.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong, but that's harsh.
yeah. Harsh doesn't necessarily mean incorrect.
No, it doesn't, no. Number 9 is Good Luck Chuck, which he gave 1 star. And it's a very quick quote. He says, there is a word for this movie, and that word is ick.
Is that the one where that guy has to have sex with people before they can find their true love?
Yeah, he discovers that every woman he's ever had sex with then gets married to the next guy that they meet.
What?
It's
That is kind of ick.
It is very ick. And what was it? Dane Cook was the guy? Like, I don't want to watch Dane Cook fuck for an hour and a half. That's just gross. So.
Rape jokes are hilarious. Like that woman over there. If she got raped, that'd be hilarious.
You know, I don't think there's been a single movie on this list so far that I've actually watched.
Well, that's other than The Usual Suspects. That's a good thing that you haven't seen any of these because these are mostly really terrible. Okay, number 10 is Freddy Got Fingered, which he gave 0 stars.
Oh, fuck.
And he says, this movie doesn't... I love this quote. This movie doesn't scrape the bottom of the barrel. This movie isn't the bottom of the barrel. This movie isn't below the bottom of the barrel. This movie doesn't deserve to be mentioned in the same sentence with barrels. And I'm sure that our resident barrel doctor agrees with that.
Provided
Yes.
he's actually seen the movie.
I was waiting.
Dr.
for you to say
Baroque would
something
not
about
want to be
Barrel.
associated with
Yeah.
this at all.
I'm sure he wouldn't. Okay, number 11 is Corky Romano, which he gave
7-Eleven.
half a star to. Yeah, Corky Romano is like a dead zone of comedy. The concept is exhausted, the ideas are tired, the physical gags are routine, the story is labored, the actors look like they can barely contain their doubts about the project.
They probably didn't contain them. They were like, yeah, this is shit.
I'll be honest with you, I got all of that just from the trailer. So the fact that he actually went to see the movie and came to the same conclusion proves that I'm right.
He saw it, so we didn't have
He
to.
really did, yeah. Number 12 is Charlie's Angels, which he gave half a star to. Charlie's Angels is like the trailer for a video game movie, lacking only the video game and the movie.
I kind of like that one. Well, the older one.
How is it that he's not wrong about any of that, though?
Yeah. Wait till you play the Charlie's Angels video game, though. Whew.
I've seen footage of that, and I don't understand how that got made. Number 13 is Mannequin, which he gave a half star to. A lot of bad movies are fairly throbbing with life. Mannequin is dead. The wake lasts 1.5 hours, and then we could leave the theater. Halfway through, I was ready for someone to lead us in reciting the rosary.
Oh,
Ooh, very nice.
Get wrecked, people who made Mannequin. Evie just said Mannequin is gloriously bad. You know what's gloriously bad is that they actually made a sequel to it, too.
The Mannequin is actually fun to watch, though.
I don't believe I've ever seen, like, the entire thing, to be honest. I think I caught, like...
I haven't seen
part
it
of
since I was a kid, but I loved it, and my mom loved it.
Are you a mannequin or mannequin't?
Number 14...
Go to your room.
Yeah, no, you're grounded. You're grounded, young man. Number 14 is Exit to Eden, which he gave half a star. He said, I'm sorry, but I just don't get Rosie O'Donnell. I've seen her in 3 or 4 movies now, and she generally had the same effect on me as fingernails on a blackboard. She's harsh and abrupt and staccato and doesn't seem to be having any fun. She looks mean. Who wrote this? Donald Trump? Damn. What were your first thoughts the first time Rosie
You
turned
gotta
up?
read this in a Donald Trump
all
voice
right,
now.
all right. I will do that.
oh boy.
I'm sorry, but I just don't get Rosie O'Donnell. I've seen her in 3 or 4 movies now, and she generally had the same effect as me as fingernails on a blackboard. She's harsh, she's abrupt, she's staccato. She doesn't seem to be having any fun. She looks mean. What were your first thoughts the first time Rosie turned up in the leather dominatrix uniform? Did you maybe have slight misgivings that you were presiding over one of the most misguided film projects of recent years?
I think that was way too wordy for him.
Yeah, that was...
Towards the
those
end.
words were way too big.
Towards the end, it did get too verbose for him, but the beginning did sound like Trump to me. Said, number 15 is, oh wow, that's, I think you guys are going to be upset, some of you at least. Hocus Pocus, he gave that 1 star. He said,
Oh.
Of the film's many problems, the greatest may be that all 3 witches are thoroughly unpleasant. They don't have personalities. They have behavior patterns and decibel levels. A good movie inspires the audience to subconsciously ask, give me more. The witches in this one inspired my silent cry, get me out of here.
They all have personalities. His problem is that he's conflating personality with appearances.
Possibly.
Well, I don't know. I found the movie to be very meh.
I tend to accidentally conflate it with The Craft. And I grew
very
up
different,
kind
yeah.
of loving The Craft.
Very different film.
Yeah, extremely
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Number 16 is Tommy Boy, which he gave 1 star to. He said,
Aww.
I mean, I like Tommy Boy too, but I knew that he absolutely hated this movie.
Of course.
No one is funny in Tommy Boy. There are no memorable lines. None of the characters are interesting except for the enigmatic figure played by Rob Lowe, who seems to just have wandered over from Hamlet. Judging by the evidence on the screen, the movie got a green light before a usable screenplay had been prepared, with everybody reassuring themselves that since they were such funny people, inspiration would overcome them.
And it did.
Somebody Somebody took his lunch money.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes.
I will make no mistake in saying that it was not a good movie. Like as far as comedy
No,
go,
it's totally not.
it's not. But I did enjoy it. I did laugh at it. Like it was funny. It just wasn't a good movie.
It's not going to make you think.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to.
okay.
Tommy Boy is just pure stupidity.
Yeah. Number 17 is The Village, which he gave 1 star, which is too many stars in my opinion because I hated The Village.
I never saw it.
Never
said-
heard of it.
Eventually, the secret of those, etc., is revealed. It's a crummy secret, about one step up the ladder of narrative originality from It Was All a Dream. It's so witless, in fact, that when we do discover the secret, we want to rewind the film so we don't know the secret anymore. And then keep on rewinding and rewinding until we're back at the beginning and you can get up from our seats and walk backwards out of the theater and go down the up escalator and watch the money spring from the cash register back into our pockets.
That is hilarious, but
That is
way
great.
too much thought was put into that.
That's
Well,
fantastic.
that's most of Ebert's reviews. To be honest, that is the exact feeling I got after watching The Village. That movie sucked.
Terry brings up a good point.
That is, yeah, Terry does bring up a very good point. Number 18 is The Love Guru, which he gave 1 star. He says, Myers has some funny moments, but this film could have been written on toilet walls by callow adolescents. Every reference to a human sex organ or process of defecation is not automatically funny simply because it is naughty, but Myers seems to labor under that delusion. He acts as if he's getting away with something, but in fact all he's getting away with is selling tickets to a dreary experience.
Yeah, that was. I don't
That
know
was
why
a
I watched
point
it,
actually
but
well made.
Fuck.
I never saw that movie because I didn't want to.
You're missing nothing.
Yeah.
I wasted 2 hours.
Yeah, kind of.
That was just. I really like that phrasing about like toilet humor.
Yeah, it's true. Like, toilet humor can be absolutely hilarious, but it's not funny just because it is toilet humor. Unless you're my nephew's age, but
Unless you're, yeah, I was about to say, unless you're Bobby.
yeah, but I mean he's 9. He's at that age where that is
Dang
funny.
it, Bobby.
God dang it, Bobby. Number 19 is She's Out of Control, which he gave 0 stars to. What planet did the makers of this film come from? What assumptions do they have about the purpose and quality of life? I ask because She's Out of Control is simultaneously so bizarre and so banal that it's a first. The first movie fabricated entirely from sitcom cliches and plastic lifestyles, without reference to any known plane of reality. I've never even heard of this movie.
I'm not familiar, unfortunately.
Oh my god, really, Moogle? Okay. Number 20 is Summer School. He gave that 0.5 star and said, You see it, you leave the theater, and then it evaporates, leaving just a slight residue, something like a vaguely unpleasant taste in the memory. Damn, that's...
Does it say who's even in it? Like Summer School? I can't remember.
It sound. I mean, it was from 1987, so it was probably like one of those many like teen comedies from the 80s that like were all trying to be porky,
Raunchy. Yeah,
So I don't know. Number 21 is Clifford, which he gave 0.5 star to. He said it's not bad in any usual way. It's bad in a new way all of its own. There is something extraterrestrial about it, as if it's based on the sense of humor of an alien race with a completely different relationship to the physical universe. This movie is so odd, it's not worth seeing just because we'll never see it. It is worth seeing because we'll never see anything like it again, I hope.
Well, damn.
I think that stars Martin Short, and he's just annoying through the whole thing.
I've seen part of it because I turned it off after a while. It is pretty fucking shit. Number 22 is North. Of course, this was going to be on here. He didn't give it any stars at all. He said, I hated this movie. Hated this movie. Hated it. Hated every simpering, stupid, vacant, audience-insulting moment of it. Hated the sensibility that thought anyone would like it. Hated the implied insult to the audience by its belief that anyone would be entertained by it.
I'm not sure. How did he feel about it?
Yeah, tell us how you really feel, Raj. Okay, number 23 is 200 Cigarettes, which he gave 0.5 star to. He said, maybe another 200 cigarettes would have helped. Coughing would be better than some of this dialogue.
Ayo.
Wow. You know what's interesting, Matic, is that I remember seeing the trailer for North and seeing the advertisements on TV all over the place, and then it came and went, and I completely forgot it existed until years later I read Ebert's review of it.
It just looks loud and obnoxious.
That sounds about right. Number 24 is Death to Smoochie, which he gave a half star to. He said, in all the annals of the movie, few films have been this odd, inexplicable, and unpleasant. Kind of straight to the point on that one.
Rare.
Number 25 is Saving Silverman, which he gave half a star to. He said, Saving Silverman is so bad in so many different ways that perhaps you should see it as an example of the lowest slopes of the bell-shaped curve.
Oh, man, he really has a good way with words.
He did, yeah. Number 26 is The Jazz Singer, the 1980 version of it, which he gave 1 star to. And he said, Neil Diamond's whole presence in this movie is offensively narcissistic. His songs are melodramatic, interchangeable, self-aggrandizing groans and anguished shouts, backed protectively by expensive and cloying instrumentation. His dramatic presence also looks overprotected, as if nobody was willing to risk offending him by asking him to seem involved, caring, and engaged. Damn. He really did not like Neil Diamond.
Not a fan of his music or his stylings.
No.
I actually kind of am a fan, but that's probably because of my upbringing.
I mean, I don't particularly like or dislike Neil Diamond. I mean, he's just
Coming to America.
he's just kind of there to me. Number 27 is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, which he gave 1 star.
Aww.
I'm not too upset about that.
This movie has not aged well at all, so yeah.
Neither of them have.
No, for different reasons though. Like, it's interesting how the first
Yeah.
one aged badly in one way, and the second one aged badly in a completely different but equally awful way.
Exactly.
Most
they're still funny, but it's still like, oh, Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
Most of the people look as if they would rather be in other movies. The movie basically has one joke, which is Ace Ventura's weird, nerdy strangeness. If you laugh at this joke, chances are you laugh at Jerry Lewis too, and I can sympathize with you even if I can't understand you. I found the movie a long, unfunny slog through an impenetrable plot. Kids might like it. Really little kids.
You know what's funny is that we kind of joke about Nick Cage as always playing as Nick Cage.
Mm-hmm.
But just the other night, I watched the Sonic movie, the new Sonic movie,
Oh,
and it's
God.
just like, it's basically Jim Carrey is also always playing as Jim Carrey.
I mean, I watched the trailer, and to me, I was like, well, he's just being Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean,
Well, it's a nice return to form, at least.
Like a glove.
I like a gift. Number 28 is
really like the Sonic movie.
Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, which he gave half a star to. He said, stop or... Oh, god damn it. 1 second. The browser just decided to jump down. All right, there we go. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot is one of those movies so dim-witted, so utterly lacking in even the smallest morsel of redeeming value that you stare at the screen in stunned disbelief. It is moronic beyond comprehension, an exercise in desperation during even which Sylvester Stallone, a repository of self-confidence, seems to be disheartened. That's accurate, though.
It looks like he did this movie on a bet or something.
I bet he lost.
Oh, yeah.
Number 29 is The Dukes of Hazzard, which he gave 1 star to, and he said, of course, if you don't have to be smart to get into The Dukes of Hazzard, but people like Willie Nelson and Burt Reynolds should have been smart enough to stay out of it. Here is a lame-brained, outdated wheeze about a couple of good old boys who roar around the back roads of the South in the General Lee, their beloved 1969 Dodge Charger. As it happens, I also drive a 1969 Dodge Charger. You could have told them apart because mine did not have a Confederate flag painted on the roof. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember thinking I think it was okay when I saw it once.
Nice emotes you
I
got
didn't see
there,
it.
Manic.
Yeah, those are some pretty cool emotes. And
Does look from
yeah, one of those guys looks like he is shit. Number 30 is Godzilla, the 1998 version, which he gave 1.5 stars to. I believe that's actually the highest rating so far. Going to see Godzilla at the Palais of the Cannes Film Festival is like attending a satanic ritual in St. Peter's Basilica. It's a rebuke to the faith that the building represents. Cannes touchingly adheres to a belief that a film can be intelligent, moving, and grand. Godzilla is a big, ugly, ungainly device to give teenagers the impression that they are seeing a movie.
That's a lot of fish.
Oh, God. I did not like that particular Godzilla movie, so I
No.
can sympathize with him on that one. Number 31 is The Bucket List. He gave this 1 star. He said, The Bucket List is a movie about 2 old codgers who are nothing like people, both suffering from cancer that is nothing like cancer, and setting off on adventures that are nothing like possible. I urgently advise hospitals do not make the DVD available to your patients. There may be an outbreak of bedpans thrown at TV screens.
Oh man,
That's rough. I've never even heard of that movie, so
I've heard of it, but I had no interest.
yeah. Number 32 is Dirty Love. He gave it 0 stars. He said, I would like to say more, but no, I wouldn't. I would not like to say more. I would like to say less. On the basis of Dirty Love, I am not certain that anyone involved has ever seen a movie or knows what one is. A Mr. Bucket, put the balls in my mouth. A Mr. Bucket.
Shut up. Just shut up. Don't even
Moogle
start.
started it. Moogle
Oh
started
my.
Fuck, it's a fun.
All right, number 33.
And Moogle probably knows exactly what he's referencing to, not just that stupid commercial.
Of course. Mr.
Yep.
Bucket, I'm gonna suck on your balls.
No, stop.
No!
Freaking AVG and no, rather bored James.
Number 33 is Battlefield Earth, which he gave half a star to. This movie is awful in so many different ways. Even the opening titles are cheesy. Sci-fi epics usually begin with a stab at impressive titles, but this one just displays green letters on the screen in a type font that came with my Macintosh. Then the movie's subtitle unscrolls from left to right in the kind of effect you see in home movies.
Oh man,
You know, when you're bagging on the credits, that you know that it's not a good movie.
that's some Windows Movie Maker shit.
Number 34 is The Flintstones and Viva Rock Vegas, which he gave half a star to. This is an ideal first movie for infants who can enjoy the bright colors on screen and wave their tiny hands to the music. Damn!
Hey, there's something to be said about those bright colors.
Yeah. Okay, number 35 is Pink Flamingos, which he gave 0 stars to. Haven't you actually seen this movie, Jesse?
Yeah, someone eats shit in it,
Yeah, there is.
What?
I mean, it wasn't actual shit, but it looked.
but it's implied.
It's all of it.
It looked realistic. John Waters' Pink Flamingos has been restored for its 25th anniversary revival, and with any luck at all, that means I won't have to see it again for another 25 years. If I haven't retired by then, I will. Damn.
It's just people being terrible. That's
Yeah,
the movie.
It's basically just gross out movie. That's all it is. Yeah, Board James is dark as fuck, and I love shit like that, but trigger warning, Mike Matei's in it.
Careful.
Oh no!
That was the last one, unfortunately.
That is where motherfucker Mike comes from, though.
It is
so
true,
There's
yeah.
that.
That was out of 35. It's 30.
I'm gonna be brutal and say like 5 because I've only
Why?
heard of like 5 of those movies.
It doesn't matter if you've heard of them. The
it's the
point,
review.
yeah, the point is to enjoy Ebert dunking on these movies.
Okay.
And the things that he says about it, not like if you've seen them. I haven't seen half
Okay.
of these movies.
How about 25?
I think that's more fair.
Still pretty brutal. I'm
giving it a
still be brutal, though.
32.
I'm giving it a 30.
Wait, what?
A 30.
Oh, third. I thought you said 13. I was like, what?
Me too.
No, no.
13. 30.
I'm
30.
gonna give it a 30.
Okay,
Sorry.
so that's been the List Critics. I've had a lot of fun with you guys. I guess Nick never did quite make it over here today.
Gourd.
And he's enjoying his audience.
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta like next time like send him a text in the morning and be like, hey, reminder. You know, for some reason he thought it was tomorrow. I did tell him the 28th. Maybe he thought the 28th was tomorrow. I don't know.
It tends to be a Sunday, so that's understandable.
The thing
Oh,
is,
Sunday is 28th part 2. That's what it is.
That's
There
it.
you go.
It's like Deathly Hallows. They had to break it into 2 parts. No, like I always want it. I always want it to be on Saturday. It's just that like circumstances usually make us do it on Sunday.
And then we tried to schedule it for Sunday, and like
Yeah.
T Spark's schedule was like no, and
was
then
up in the
now
air.
it's
Yep,
not
because today
a
was supposed
thing
to be
anymore.
Relay for Life, and
Well-
I was supposed to be working literally all day.
Well, I'm glad you don't have to do that because that schedule sounded like a bunch of bullshit. But Kyle, you are the one that came up with the raid target thing. Oh, actually, before I do
Yep.
that, let me go over the schedule with you guys. I don't fucking know.
Ooh.
The reason that I don't know is because my dog broke my controller, so I don't have access to anything
Do
that I
you
would have to
not
play
have
with the
the
controller.
No.
But
Did it not arrive yet?
the tracking told me that it is in the mailbox today, but we're in the country. It's a bit of a trip to go there. We're gonna go to the mailbox
Okay.
tomorrow to get it, but the wire for it should be arriving on Monday.
Cool.
So the schedule's sort of up in the air, but until then, it's going to be like maybe some Civilization, maybe a little Doom, maybe a little, stuff that I can play with either a mouse and a keyboard. Maybe we'll do some community stuff. We might play Jackbox. I don't know. We might play Pokemon Insurgents. We might have chatting streams. It's going to be fun. To be honest, I don't know about VMX Reacts. I kind of haven't been feeling that barrel, to be honest. Like maybe one day I'll feel it again and do it.
There's sort of been some negative aspects to VMX React, so
Yeah,
I
and-
don't really blame you for
Yeah, and I
being hesitant.
promise no man ass.
Yeah, well, that wasn't the only thing, but you know what it is that like I want to go back into it with like positive thoughts, so it might be a while. But Kyle, did you have somebody in mind, or did you want to pick somebody from my
I
list?
actually have a few different options, but first option, have you ever heard of the game Elite Dangerous?
No.
Okay.
Heard of it.
I've got a friend playing that. I've got a friend playing Just Dance.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about Just Dance?
It's your 10,000 points, dude.
Okay.
Like I could
Well-
veto things, but I
Okay.
haven't had to
so
do that yet. So
I would like to elect that we go raid Sakura Sushi 82.
okay. I think she's actually on my list. So I have her right up here. Let me just make sure she's not like ending her stream or anything. I gotta.
Oh, she's doing a 24-hour stream. She's going to be here for another 16
shit!
hours.
Taki mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah, I think a lot of you guys follow her because I have rated her in the past, but she's actually a friend of Flowers as well, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, we're gonna raid Sakura Sushi 82. She's currently playing Just Dance 2020, which amazes me that they're still making those. But I guess people are still doing that. Let's go over to the raid screen here. And,
Be sure to get us a raid call.
oh, I will. I've been better about that. I've been better. You punished me that one time I was grounded for a bit, and now I'm trying to get it. Okay, so Sakura Sushi 82, that's in there. And raid call. Let's
Cherry sushi sounds delicious.
yeah, I'm gonna do something with sushi. Let's see.
Give us an oof roll.
I was actually using the honk love thing, but
A honk roll.
okay. Okay, so there's your raid call, guys. This is Goose Loves Some Sushi. Shibi Saga Nigiri, please. We're gonna head over there. I'll see you guys. Please stick around for the raid. Please don't bail out on me. I'm gonna see you guys over on her channel. I'll see you guys on the Discord. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening for whatever it is I decide to do. And I'll be announcing that on the Discord tomorrow. And I'll just see you around in general. Have fun, guys. Oof, 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 honk.
Alrighty.
Later.
Good night, guys.
Oof honk. Oh gosh, this dog goose hybrid that I'm suddenly imagining.
I'm into it.
You would be.